Kanpai.
Or gombe in Korean.
Gombe.
Almost the same.
Gombe.
Almost the same. Kanpai. Chinese is the same as Korean, actually.
No. Good, but hi. This is on now.
Welcome.
kind of need to pay attention. Oh goodness. So yes, welcome to another live episode of Power Up. Well, not live. Sort of live kind of thing. We're too poor to actually do it live. But another TGS report.
Sure, that's a good way of putting it.
An essay in spoken form. Yeah, so hi. I totally fucked this up. But with me, as always, but in the physical sense this time, Sushi B. He's over here, guys.
Hello, I'm over here. I'm behind the computer again.
Whoa. Yeah, so how you doing, Sushi?
I'm doing pretty good. It was a busy day. Very well-traveled day as well. We were on time, luckily, for everything we did end up doing today. And we had a lot of fun. And now we're recording an episode a little bit late.
A little late. It is...
Having a couple of refreshments.
Midnight.
It's about midnight.
If I look at it, it's 12.
So...
Oh, yeah, it's
But anyways, yeah, it's good. So, nice to see you again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, why don't you...
Yeah.
Continue
and
on.
also, well, yeah, I was about to say also, for I guess this is kind of, well, outside of Greg. Hi, Greg.
Yeah, hi, Greg. Jeez, sorry, hi, Greg.
he's obviously
in spirit.
Not here. But he is in spirit. So this is kind of one of those special occasions where to actually get to be with my co-host, and because it's TGS. Also with, I guess, this is the first kind of repeating guest, so to say.
Yes, actually, yeah.
Greg kind of cheated. You did kind of cheat. Yeah.
Damn you, Swagman!
Damn you, Swagman! He kind of cheated in our...
He nestled into our bed. Or nest. Introduce...
Anywho, what am I calling you?
Matt?
No,
my name?
What is it? I don't remember. I didn't know if you wanted to go
I don't remember my name.
Yeah, I don't remember his name
okay.
at all. But no, Matt's my friend.
Yes, hi.
For a very long
It's
time.
been 1 year, actually.
About to lose a friend at this rate.
Yep, probably. I'm kicking you out of this house.
Actually, that's one thing. We're very fortunate this time. We're all staying at the same place, so we're able to sort of not necessarily draw out the show, but
at least it's not rushed.
It's not rushed and time constraint and having a lot of technical issues that we had last time, so that's nice.
That's why we're drinking.
That's why we're drinking.
Yeah, we had some drinks last time too.
We kind of kept it.
Yeah,
a little more kosher, but not that we're getting.
Now we're on our 6th drink, right?
Little spiced, but
There's
there's a dash of spice, but there's definitely not getting sloppy yet, which is good. But I have a little, not necessarily surprise at this point for you guys. I've mentioned it a few times today.
Oh, thank God.
That I went out and bought a few snacks as sort of gifts to, especially to Matt, for giving me a place to stay for the evening.
I didn't give you anything. Sorry.
That's
a foot rub. A foot rub later.
I don't want your love.
It's for sale. Who's buying? But anyways, I seriously did bring some snacks today. But before I sort of pass it out and we'll sort of share them and quick response, we're going to sort of do a food testing little bit as well as talk about TGS and a few other things. But yeah, so we're going to do that. And I think first thing though is Taylor has something here that's really funky on the table that I think we should try to check out here. I'm going to let him introduce it. It looks pretty
Might
weird.
as well start with it.
I would say some people might have seen this on news channels and stuff. And this is from the wonderful people of Pepsi and Frito-Lay. And it is a combo of, if I can hold this here, Pepsi Cola flavored Cheetos. Now, I've not tried this. However, this just sounds disgusting. And I imagine it'll be disgusting. Which I cannot wait to try. So...
Well, open it. Let's.
I don't want to.
You have to.
And I love it's like shua cola. Vomit. Get ready.
I'm getting
I'll be honest. I didn't eat any, but I had a party a couple weeks ago at my place. These are here. I opened it up, and my place ended up smelling like Pepsi. So you probably have Pepsi for about.
And you're a Coke man, so.
No, Jesus.
They smell that bad?
Yeah.
That bad.
Take a look at that. Ugh.
Holy jeez, that smells like Pepsi, like exactly like Pepsi.
Well, you're eating it first.
What the hell with it? Well, of course I'm eating them first, but I really don't want to.
That's crazy, man.
I really don't
they've
want
got
to.
these. Pass this along. I gotta see what this is all about.
These,
Pepsi flavored.
Alright, so I have 3 of these.
Unreal.
Things. So, here we go. Right. Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, it's like fizzy in your mouth even.
Yeah.
Ah! That's bad.
That's fucking awful. Jesus.
Thank you.
Thank you, Frito-Lay.
Pepsi and Frito-Lay,
God
because
damn.
that is
You guys
disgusting.
have made
I like
the rest of this episode.
Oh my god. It gets worse. Give me a napkin, please.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh, the aftertaste. That's horrible.
Okay. Alright, that was a bad idea. But thankfully that one's
What
out
an
of the
interesting
way.
start.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, oh, Jesus.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for bringing that. That's an.
Yeah, thanks, Taylor.
That is a very interesting experience.
You're welcome, guys. I aim
Oh.
to please.
Anyone who is out there listening or watching at this point, go out and buy a bag.
Don't buy
Pepsi
this.
Frito-Lays.
No, because...
You have to experience how bad that actually was.
No.
Unless you really love Pepsi, but even then, I can't imagine you'd like this.
No, because it's kind of... It doesn't have that fizzy, but it's
You know,
like...
it tastes like those stupid gummy cola things, but on the chips, so it tastes shitty.
And then, of course, because
Oh.
of fucking Cheetos, it's stuck in your teeth.
Yeah, it's
So now
between
you-
your teeth and then...
And now you
Those
got
were
that,
bad.
No, that's
Let's move on. I have. Well, Taylor can show the bag. It's quite large. This
Yeah.
is full of snacks. It's a bit of a beast.
This
But this was to show a little appreciation. I'm going to go through this slowly. You guys have no idea what's in here. This is not only Korean snacks, but the first one is something that I have given Taylor before.
I love these things. These things are
These
delicious.
are quite good. They're called Whiteheim.
White time.
So it just means it's like a white cream filling that's hazelnut inside.
Good.
So if you guys want to do this now, there's also obviously plenty of other
That
snacks.
sounds a
so-
lot better than the Pepsi.
No.
Yeah, these are pretty decent.
I don't know if I want to even eat these because that's ruined
Well,
the next
you
thing
know,
I put in my mouth.
you're gonna have to. So
Thank you.
they're nice and individually
Yeah, so
encased,
Yeah,
so it's
very
easy to
Japanese
deal
style.
with. Yeah, very easy to deal
we
with.
can
So anyways, that is for you guys to
pollute
Thank
the
you.
earth.
enjoy and share now and later
Forever.
if you wish.
I need something to get the God.
Sure, sure.
I just don't ever. Not even as a prank. That's just.
But it's fun. Hey, that was fun though to try that and see how bad it actually was.
Ugh.
If you like hazelnut, you'd probably like these. If there's also a chocolate one as well.
No, that's good.
Personally, I like these ones a little more because they've got a little more flavor than the chocolate ones. It's
Yeah,
just
I
plain
don't know,
chocolate.
Like I don't know, chocolate. I think it's too much love from people.
I like chocolate, but it's not used well sometimes. I think in certain snacks and stuff like that. And
Here's some chocolate.
yeah. So anyways, those are the
Like I'm not a big
white
fan
time.
of like milk chocolate's good, but I'm not like a fan of sweet chocolate. I guess.
All right, I don't know where I'm going to go with this next, so I'm going to choose this one. This here, I will pass to Taylor so you can show it. This is called. It says it in English as well. Actually, it's called crispy roll.
12
And
grain.
Korean is just, that's literally what it says in Korean as well, crispy roll. And these are sort of like peanut filled, actually. It's got like this peanut paste inside. They're actually really cool.
Is it?
What's that?
Is it peanut cream?
Well, I guess it sort of is. Like, it's hard to explain. It's basically
You're
like
not
a
selling
peanut
it
cream.
to anybody now.
No, I'm not.
It's just kind of.
But these, when I first saw these, and I was like, well, these don't look that great. And then I tried one, and I was surprised at how good they actually
Yeah,
were.
they kind of don't look that great.
Yeah, you see all these
They're
beans
kinda-
on the side and stuff, and you're thinking, oh, this isn't a snack. This is just some sort of weird health conscious food or something. which is not though. They're actually quite good.
So they're sweet.
Yeah, they're quite sweet. Yeah, they're quite
Saying
sweet.
that health conscious cannot taste good too.
If you want to try it now, you go for it.
Roll. Shazam! Here you are.
Thank you.
I personally like them. You know, if you really hate it, just tell me right now. I'm not gonna have one. I can get plenty of these at home. So
Fair enough.
that's the reason why I don't need to necessarily taste this a lot of these things.
This is hard as a brick.
No, they're soft. They're a little chewy, but you getting the peanut flavor out of that, or
It's okay.
not so great? So. Okay. Taylor's not buying it.
No, Taylor's not buying.
That's all right.
It's not cold or bad.
No, there's certainly not cold or bad, but
Yeah.
I can understand if somebody didn't like these that much.
I like the aftertaste though. It's peanutty.
Yeah, you get the peanutty aftertaste. Right?
I don't know.
The initial bite is kind of like,
The texture's really weird too.
Yeah, a little bit. It is a little like. It's hard to describe the texture. Actually, it's very solid on the outside, and then as you bite it, it gets really mushy, which is kind of weird.
It's okay.
But personally, I like them. But if you guys don't like them, doesn't matter. I'm leaving them here. You're eating them. So, or you're giving them to children or something. I don't know.
Just start throwing them out. Your balcony or something. Hey, kid.
Sure.
Off, eat some candy.
All right. Well, from there, why don't we move on to these? Now, these are a Korean classic. These have been around for a long time. They are called home run ball, or just obviously English translation, home run ball. So they're just these little sort of.
Since 1981.
Yeah, they're an old snack. They're just like these little, almost like, what is the sort of custard-filled bread that you
Cream
can buy?
puff?
It's like a cream puff, basically, yeah, but a little more crunchy. So this is the milk flavor. Usually these come in different. They're strawberry. There's strawberry. There is a chocolate one. Chocolate one is the most common one. And then there's the milk one. Yeah, they're quite small. These ones don't come individually wrapped, unfortunately.
Yeah, really small.
But they're just like mini cream puffs, essentially. But a little bit crunchy. These are good. I'm actually going to have one of these.
Cream poof.
But also a little bit funky. The first bite, you're kind of like, it almost tastes a bit plasticky to me when I first bite it.
Yeah, there's not as much flavor as I thought there would be.
No, they're not that strong. Chocolate ones are a lot stronger,
But
as
not
well
bad,
as strawberry.
not
So, home run ball.
Not so much a home run.
Not so much home run for you? A bunt? A single?
Maybe a single.
Maybe just a single? Well, you got on base at least.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
I know it's something with the sugar in it.
Yeah.
And it's a little.
Well, plus if you're having alcohol, sometimes sugar doesn't go so well.
True.
So, with that, now these, I'm not going to sell anything on you. I'm just going to show it to you.
And we're going to make.
You're going to just make your own decision on it. If you like it or hate it.
Know what the hell it is?
Yes, they are honey flavored twist chips, basically.
Okay.
They're called
I'm
gul
excited for this.
guabegi.
What is that?
Gul guabegi. Gul is honey.
Sounds like gruel almost.
Not gruel.
Not gruel.
Not gruel.
I see the bee on here.
Sure.
The bee's pretty excited there.
He's pretty excited.
He's like, yeah.
So these are quite sweet.
And it looks
now,
like he's just like
I know
spiraling
Matt's not a
shit
big
of
sweet
honey,
guy when
honey
he's
of shit
drinking,
there.
but see how it
Look at that.
tastes on your palate there.
Looks like
Not
he
spicy
does.
at
It
all.
looks like he's.
These are not spicy.
Okay.
No.
He's like tornadoing poo.
Well, that's the thing. They're really twisted like tornado poo, if you want to put it that way. I presume, since that's how you're calling it.
Look.
Tornado Man's poo.
Yes, tornado man's poo. Dressed up in a honeybee outfit.
Mario's honeybee suit
Yeah.
from Galaxy. I like the smell, actually.
I must not have
Well,
sense of smell.
stick your whole head in the bag. Maybe.
Okay, yeah, it's actually pretty good.
It's pretty good. So these are really crunchy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, a little glass of milk in these.
Oh,
Nice.
It's almost like cereal.
Yeah. They're a bit cereal. So don't try to make it like a big bowl of cereal. It won't work. You need a little glass of milk and just kind of off changing, have a little milk to soften
They're
it up.
Good.
Yeah, I like them.
Yeah,
They are.
I like these.
Sweet and delicious.
Yeah, I like these a lot. When I was first introduced to these, I was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna like these, and then I actually ended up really liking them. honey twist snack. So that'll keep you guys occupied for a little while. You like those? So far, which ones are working out for you so far? You guys like the honey ones?
Oh yeah, I like
honey ones. Home run balls were.
I like them.
Okay, Matt liked the home run ball.
Yeah, maybe it's just the alcohol messing with me.
It could be. I mean, the milk flavor is a bit not so great. Like it's not bad, but
what is the not like vanilla cake, but the icing of cakes and stuff. Sometimes it'll taste really strange to me. I don't.
No, it's understandable.
It's just it's like a sugar is hitting my taste buds way too like.
Right.
Like,
well, plus you're having Coke and stuff too, right? So that's definitely gonna kind of funk with you a little bit.
Thank you.
Oh, a refill.
Servant is
a recharge. The servant is about busy.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be entertaining. As you can see, you have the good old Peace Walker T-shirt I just bought. Yay!
Yeah.
So.
All right. Moving on a little bit more. Would you guys like to try something spicy? Because I do have something spicy here. All right.
Like spicy.
I believe I've sent these to you before.
Oh, these are delicious.
Okay, so apparently these are already a hit with Taylor.
Yeah,
these are... Now, tteokbokki is a very famous snack that people buy on the street, and it's a spicy rice cake. It comes in a super spicy sauce. Sometimes not really spicy, but pretty spicy. This is the chip form of it. Now, this is a different brand than the one I gave you last time, so I don't know if these are going to taste quite the same or not. Taylor, if you like these, though, you will probably like the actual tteokbokki, actual tteokbokki snack, which is common on street corners, like a lot of little... People just pull up little shops here and there.
Oh, that smell too.
Lucky that you like them, because there's actually 2 bags. So.
Yay, I'm super excited.
So maybe let Matt try that then, since you already sort of experienced.
Stick my hand and grab one if you want.
No, I'm okay. I'm good. I don't think these are like super spicy, but
no, they're not.
It's just flavored, right? Matt's
not bad.
Not bad, yeah. You really like these?
Not thrilled with them.
Well, okay. Taylor's got 2 bags to eat.
I'm sorry, Taylor. Let me try another.
Well, you got the home run balls, so.
Yeah. No, you want to?
I'll try another.
Try another one.
Yeah.
All right, just a little bit more left here. Not too horribly much. These things, which I've actually never had. Now, these are called gun kamja. Kamja is potato. Now, I've never had these before. They're just like the potato sticks we buy here.
I love how I just erupt from the potato.
Well, yeah, the erupting. I presumed we didn't even necessarily need to try these because you can buy these sort of sticks here pretty much everywhere in Japan. I just brought them because they were a Korean brand. So I figured we could kind of just pass over them. They come in the double pack. I think it was $1 for the double pack.
That's pretty nice.
Pretty cheap. So
is it just like 1 packet per?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so.
I guess because the pretz ones that are kind of like that. The
yeah,
pretz, they even though it's smaller, that's just the. It's just there's 2 packets of them in one box. Thank you.
So yeah, I think we can just kind of pass on that. This is something you guys have had. Just more to see like, oh, do Korean ones taste the same or different? That was all it was for. So. Give them a shot later. See how they go.
Sure.
They could be terrible for all I know. I've never had them. So. Yeah, here we go. I believe I sent these to you before too, Taylor. These are a small 2 little packages. I only had a big box at home. They usually come in a little tube. They're potato chips. They are just baked onion flavor. You're welcome to try it now if you'd like or not. Personally, this flavor just came out recently.
Is it like Pringles?
No.
Shape, or is it like senbei? Like
they're like
rippled
or whatever. Yeah, they're ruffled chips or whatever.
They're like ruffles.
Sort of.
Pringles.
They're pretty good. Like I said, they usually come in a sort of tube box type deal. Sort of like this one.
Oh, okay.
Sort of like that, but a little bit bigger. But I ended up having a big box at home, so I just grabbed out of it.
Oh, okay.
Buying the other one, I was like, well, what's the point of buying another one? I already got this at home, and I've got to get rid of them.
So I see that. I just wanted to get rid of them.
Yeah, they're expired, so.
Cool. Can't wait to vomit all over you.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
For getting
right on the
expired
mic.
Food.
Right, listen to it seep into the mic. Oh, did they get a little chewed up? Sorry about that.
First, you give us expired food, and then it's broken. Look at this. Broken like
Dear listeners, they are not expired.
broken like our trust.
They're all broken.
Broken like our trust.
There we go. That's half of one. Try half of it.
I like the flavor. It's not too strong. Not too.
They're really good.
Not too.
Kind of reminds me of that like sweet and onion.
Yeah,
Taste of-
yeah. The one that you pointed out to me a couple of years ago, actually. The Pringles.
Well,
There was
just a
that.
regular flavor.
Well, there was like that cheese onion or something you gave me. I had like
Oh,
the
okay.
cheese ghost coming out of the chip or whatever was like the picture on.
Yeah, I can't remember.
These are good. I like these. These they're very simple, smell good, taste good. There's also just a original flavor which is not so good, and a cheese one that I'm not too fond of. But I like the onion one is good.
Yeah,
Onion one is good.
It's something with the cheese.
Chips,
Yeah.
and I'm not a big fan myself. All right. Okay. There's a little bit more still left here. These are peanut-based little sort of
Squares
bits.
are kind of hard.
A little, like not break your teeth hard or anything,
Yeah.
but
There's something that's
Dangkong is peanuts.
I think it's from Thailand. I buy it from the international store. And It's like pistachio or they're like peanut kind of things. Like the pumpkin seeds too. That are these little.
These aren't
squares.
like hard as a rock or anything.
Well, they're not hard.
Okay.
They're hard, but not like I'm not gonna lose teeth over.
Okay.
To eat them.
These actually work really well as cereal.
Okay.
I was like, whoa, these work really well. So if you like peanut, you'll probably dig these.
Oh wow, that's got some good
Peanut scent there.
smell to them. It looks kind of like.
Just like a little nugget ball thing. I like these a lot. These are one of my favorite snacks. I like chewing on these. They got a little bit of a honey flavor as well. A little bit sweet.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. Taylor's thinking about it.
I'm trying to imagine it as cereal.
I don't put the whole bag. I only put like a small handful.
I think
Oh
it
yeah, I don't think you would.
Yeah, no.
it would work with cereal.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
just a
it
little
tastes
milk.
like something.
You can't be like overdoing it. You gotta sort of find the combination of how much milk can kind of go with these so that they don't just like overwhelm it.
It almost. How about the leftover milk with this? It probably tastes.
Yeah, I don't remember being so good, but
I don't think it is.
I think that's why maybe go a little less milk so that they're all not quite floating. They're still kind of touching the bottom of the bowl. Just the milk is just a little bit of a softener almost to soften up the taste of them a little bit.
No, I like it.
Again, I like these. I think they're pretty good. Crunchy, but delicious.
Yeah, they're not like it's just but not rock hard. So it's not like.
Now, these I know Taylor is extremely fond of. his eyes are fixed. I just found out that they have a vanilla flavor, and I have no idea about these ones.
What was one you sent me?
This is the one that I sent you. They've changed the packaging
Okay.
since then. Because I was looking for it. They used to come in a purple box.
Right.
And I was like, what the hell is... Now, I don't know. These might be a little different. Because they've changed the packaging. They might be a little different. But these used to have like this really amazing like cinnamon coating on them. These look like they don't.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm sorry if they don't taste quite as good. I actually bought you a third box too. I still presume they taste pretty good, but with that cinnamon on it, so good, hey? Hopefully they still taste pretty decent. But I brought the extra box because I was like, I want to give one a Matt.
Vanilla more.
I've never tried the vanilla one, so I'm not sure how they're going to
That'll
go.
make it more entertaining.
Entertaining.
The chocolate ones definitely pan out good, especially the cinnamon ones.
Ruined this.
Well, you've got power, so...
Yes, I've tore open a box.
Manpower.
I'm so strong.
Manpower Australia. That's for Greg. Manpower Australia. For anyone who doesn't know what that is, that was like a stripper show that went through like North America, like Australian muscle-bound dudes that was constantly advertised in the newspaper. Oh, it was in the sports page for some reason. Really weird. Yeah, I apologize. In the luggage, some of the stuff kind of does get smashed up. So. They definitely lost some. They're still good.
That's good.
This tastes like a cereal.
Yeah. These really taste like cereal, actually.
This tastes like Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
It tastes like Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
Without
That's pretty awesome. Actually, that's a really good call. Those taste like Lucky Charms. You might be defense. I think chocolate's gonna be good. That one's probably better.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good to know. I shall be eating those more often. The vanilla ones were a little harder to come by. I found the chocolate ones at pretty much every store, but the vanilla ones I had to kind of search for. So maybe they're not
as well received.
Maybe.
I like vanilla flavor.
Typically, I do too. I don't mind chocolate stuff, but when there's like a vanilla alternative, I'll usually go for the vanilla.
Unless it's a Frosty.
Why did you have to mention that?
Because I didn't know that. Vanilla Frosty. Whatever.
Wendy's, please go back to the old Frosty.
Just only the old Frosty. You don't need
They're good.
Please,
They're good.
Please.
Vanilla Frosty.
Now, this is a bit of a joke. This is the Korean equivalent of Calorie Mate. Calorie Balance. Now, this is a fruit flavored one. Well, the other one was cheese.
Ooh.
The cheese one's okay. It's not bad. This one's okay too. But if you want to give it a look, it comes in a similar box even.
It looks a lot more festive, I will say that.
Yeah.
Fancy.
But it's the only thing is we only have fruit and cheese. We don't have chocolate and all the other ones,
Maple.
unfortunately. Yeah, we don't have them, so.
Potato, I think.
Yeah, potatoes.
Maple's the black.
No, maple's the purple one. I think
Purple
potato is the black one.
Potato's black. The brown one is chocolate, obviously. Brown. It's like a brownish. What's the green
black
one then?
Green one's fruit.
Green? Veggie?
Fruit.
What's red then? Just like plain? Red is like the basic one, right?
Is red cheese or am I
Maybe.
Anyways, whatever. There are multiple flavors of Calorie Mate, and
right.
we only have the two. So
I like the fruit ones, and
okay. Well, so you maybe will like these. So
like these
I wouldn't eat it now because we have eaten quite a bit of food, and these do obviously pack calories. So you are welcome to eat it if you would like. But
ranking, we just
they come in the double pack just like they do here. So.
Wow,
they come in the exact same package and everything. So I thought I know you like Calorie Mate. I thought, well, Taylor should try what this alternative will be like.
Similar.
Very
Very similar.
Oh yeah. They're totally like the same thing.
Not similar now.
Not so good. Remember, you like a particular Calorie Mate. You really like the maples, so
I like the fruit ones too, but
yeah,
this
not so good. You're not inclined to have to finish it.
Tastes really bad.
That's why I stick to the cheese one typically, but I thought I'll bring the fruit one this time.
They almost taste like medicine. Because I make a mess of myself.
It's all right. Pass.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Calorie balance. You have
failed the Taylor test
the
of
Taylor test of
taste
of
well, don't eat it.
Well, give it a couple bites.
No, okay.
It's still horrible.
All right, well now here are the final things. These are things that are not from Korea. These are some things I actually picked up in Costco. Now, I don't know. I could be wrong about these things, but I figured you guys don't come across these very easily here.
Holy crap.
Yeah!
So I have a box of 54 at home.
Oh, God.
So I bought the big ones. I know everyone who's watching is like, oh, what the hell, no big deal. But this is kind of one of those, like, this is gold kind of things, right? For us. So
a wrapper you can write on, too.
Yeah. So you can sign it or what have you. So
where's the marker?
That's all good.
I need to write on.
So I thought you guys might like those. Again, I didn't know how common they were here, if at all.
I don't know. I haven't been to Costco. So
actually, the local store, even near where I work, they have them there in a box for like $1. So these are a bit smaller ones. But are you going to that much trouble just to get this marker? Make sure he doesn't eat it. You're writing your name on it. It probably says "I love slimes" or something. Oh, okay. Even better.
Yeah.
He's not waiting for that. They're quite good, actually. I was surprised by by being the brand. Like, I personally like making them myself.
No problem.
Because, you know, you just get bagged marshmallows, you can mix it however you like.
Not very
But these, I'm surprised, they have a nice consistency. They're nice and soft. They don't feel like, you know, when you make them yourself and they get really hard because they've been sitting out too long or something. These are actually really good. They got a nice texture. Just the right amount of marshmallow. They're good. And it's really working for you, apparently. So that's a good sign. That's going to be Matt's breakfast.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck. These things are amazing for breakfast. Trust me.
No, they're not.
Well,
I don't like to eat sugar in the morning. I get no.
Fair enough.
No.
I personally need that little
That
little kick in the morning. Wake up, because I don't drink coffee. So
I'm getting old. Well, the only time I drink coffee is after lunch.
Oh, okay.
So I can like stave off that kind of.
Yeah.
All right, kids.
Here we go.
There we go.
Time for a Rice Krispie Square.
Not in the
Nice.
mood.
Well, I'm glad that at least went over
Thank
really
you.
well.
Thank you.
Now, I was in Singapore recently for vacation,
Mm-hmm.
and there were so many things I wish I could have bought and taken home. HP sauce is something I don't know if you guys know very well. It's a
I've
steak
heard of it.
sauce, but
Yeah.
oh my god, I love HP sauce so
That's
much.
England?
It's from England,
Yeah.
yeah. So maybe English listeners, HP sauce.
Hit point sauce.
Hit point sauce, yeah. A1 sauce, boo. It's all about HP. HP's the good stuff. But they had like Singapore's a really cool mix of just so many cultures and peoples and stuff. So they've got all these different sorts of brand names from different countries and stuff. And I saw these. I don't know if you guys are big fans of these. I want to share some of these with you. These are like one of my favorite candies as a kid that I was never really supposed to eat. I was dumb enough to eat them on spaghetti because I didn't want to eat the spaghetti, and I was like, candy's gonna make this taste better.
This sounds disgusting. You got to sell this.
So I put this all over this spaghetti, and it was terrible. The
Why did
flavor
you tell us
was
this
hot
story?
and cold of this, though. I am referring to Nerds. Now, I don't know if you guys are big Nerds guys or not, but okay, well. Then I will just take them back home with me since you don't apparently care that much.
Oh, sorry.
I saw... No, it's all right. I wasn't sure. But I saw these and I thought, oh man, I had no intentions of bringing them at the first point. But I was just like, I love Nerds so much. And I think I haven't had Nerds in like 10 years or something.
Right,
The
they're
fact
really
that you put that on
popular,
spaghetti, that is...
Oh, as a kid. Because
man.
kids are dumb. Like, and I was dumb. I was just like, oh, you know, I hate this spaghetti. It tastes like shit. If I put candy, it's going to be amazing. And they were hot and cold flavor. They had like a hot and cold Nerds.
flavor.
Yeah, they were nasty. They were
That
gross.
sounds gross.
Yeah, they were gross. And I put them on, and sure enough, Mom made me eat the spaghetti anyway. I don't remember how it turned out, but...
You learned your lesson pretty well from that.
Oh, yeah, except the next time that I had an apple, and I was like, I don't want to eat this apple, and I tried to put ketchup on it. That didn't work out so well either.
Man.
That was a red...
Probably the
child.
strangest thing I've ever done. I've ever done
think
is
I've ever
put like
done.
mustard on like mac and cheese.
Oh,
That's
that...
pretty gross.
Yeah, it doesn't sound so good, too.
It's not Nerds and fucking spaghetti.
No, but it's still... I just mean it doesn't sound so appealing.
Oh,
it's
no,
kind of
yeah,
like,
it's kinda-
mustard. It's kind of...
What's a good combo that some people might not think is good is apple and tuna.
I could see that in a sandwich. I
good
could
as a
see
salad.
someone doing it.
good, really good as a salad. They do that sometimes for school lunches, and I'm like, yes, and I'm like,
You're just
stealing
hoarding
the
it.
other kids, and, fuck you guys, this
Yeah.
is mine.
Out of here. How dare you touch the apple. Another one, I wasn't sure if this is a big hit with you guys or not, but Lifesavers.
Yeah, I like
Again,
that. Not a,
Nah, I'm okay.
I'm not
Yeah, I don't
I'm not the
really-
biggest fan, but I bought them in Singapore. I was like, man, I haven't had Lifesavers in forever too.
I would
I used to get the
If I don't have a heart attack
Christmas
before.
packs. You guys remember those Christmas
Yeah,
packs?
yeah,
That
got
were
the
like 10?
Easter one, and
And it's
Easter.
like-
With the book.
And butterscotch was in there. I
Oh,
loved
yeah.
butterscotch.
that
so
that
much.
was gone.
That was gone first always. They had like blueberry. They had a few other ones.
I don't remember the blueberry.
Maybe blueberry
oh,
came
the
out
berry,
later.
Berry. It was a
Just
mix of
berry or
berries.
something. And yeah.
So
So I had those. I like Lifesavers, so
Oh,
maybe
yeah,
we
yeah.
can sort
No,
of
I would definitely go
have
with
one
those.
now or share some later. Whatever. It
No.
doesn't really matter.
I'll hold off on these, but
Sure,
I
sure.
appreciate it's.
It's just been a long time since I had them, so I kind of want to re-experience.
Dude, I haven't had
Lifesavers.
them since those kind of. Those
Oh yeah,
Christmas
yeah, it was a
books and
long
stuff,
time ago
so-
for me. So now here is the.
The creme de la creme.
Oh, this is the Mona Lisa. This is the.
Yeah. The shit tacos sprinkled
this
with
is the
cola
gold.
flavored.
This is the gold. I will be surprised if you guys don't like this.
Okay.
I didn't go to like trouble to get it, but I was like, I have to bring this. And that is your breakfast tomorrow, or since you don't like sweet things for breakfast, you can eat it whenever you please.
Ooh.
But you will have to split this. It is actual Lucky Charms that I bagged and brought for you guys.
Amazing.
So when you guys were talking about Lucky Charms, I'm trying not to like laugh because I'm thinking like I've still got Lucky Charms in here.
Yeah, awesome.
So I'm sorry I couldn't sort of separate the bag. This is the only bag I had.
It's mine now.
It was, and it's a little flaky at the bottom because it was the end of the box. It was what I have. I still have a bag at home myself.
Awesome.
Got them at Costco, and I was like, I bet you these guys are gonna love this. So
They
I
don't
have to
sell
bring
it.
it.
Yeah, like I've not seen it in any.
They've only
went to
started
Costco in
recently
Japan.
selling it at Costco in Korea, so
Okay.
maybe
I've never
about
been to the
a
Costco
year
in
or
Japan,
so.
but-
I saw it and I was just like,
I don't know where they
Lucky
went.
Charms.
Where I live, I'd have to
I think
look.
there's some in Nagoya.
Probably
So
so.
you guys can just sort of cut it down the middle, however you please, and then
Thank you.
enjoy. I hope you guys like Lucky Charms.
Oh yeah.
Good.
I haven't had those in ages.
Yeah,
I eat cereal like cereals.
I
big
like
and
the
sweet.
cereal part too, though. I like the
Yeah,
marshmallows,
yeah.
but I like the cereal part. I know most people are like just picking out the marshmallows. I like it together.
We're doing that with the
As a kid,
raisin
right?
bran. I would take out all the raisins.
Oh.
Mom's like, all right, you're eating the bran. It's like, no, the raisins.
So
Yeah, so
there you
bad
go.
about
The
that.
Lucky Charms was
Sweet.
the.
And I know nobody
The
really
final
cares about.
I know
that,
people
though.
are going to be like, you guys are
Yeah.
assholes and idiots,
It's-
but for us, there's seriously some things that are like gold, and for me, craft dinner is like gold. When someone like is like, I'll send you craft dinner, I'm just like, oh, like I'm so excited. Like, I shouldn't be.
Elation.
I shouldn't be, but I am. Like, or Lucky Charms, I'm just like, oh my god. Like, it's the little things that we sort of
Yeah,
forget
if you live-
about.
if you live abroad. For a
Yeah.
while.
So
Right.
It's
we-
stuff sometimes you don't even eat, like when you're living
Yeah.
at home, and then you go, live abroad, and suddenly you crave it.
yeah.
Honestly, something.
One of my big ones is the Reese's peanut butter puffs.
Yeah.
Okay, no.
Well, I like Reese's peanut butter cups
I
too.
like the cu-
I
I
like
really
the
like the
cups,
cups
and
and the
they
pieces.
sell them actually in Singapore,
They sell
in
them here, too.
Malaysia. You can get them in some
Yeah,
places.
some places.
Not in Korea at all.
Really?
Actually, no, not
Ugh.
at all. So there's the Reese's peanut butter puffs is like my gold cereal. Like if
Really?
I can ever get it. They had it in Singapore, but it was like $10, and I was just like,
Jesus.
no, I don't need it that bad. And this was the small box, so I was just like,
Oh.
no, I'm not paying $10.
Man,
So,
That's
anyways, the Lucky Charms, that was the end.
Awesome. Thank you.
So,
no, definitely. Yeah.
I'm sorry for the other stuff that didn't pan out.
No, I mean it's good.
I
to
hope the
try.
Lucky Charms and
Makes
and-
up for
and
the-
the faux Lucky Charms
Yeah,
can sort of make up for that. But
Rice Krispie treat. That was delicious.
yeah. So, anyways, we do have a topic today.
We do. I had some other snacks too. I don't know if you want to.
Oh, we can,
There's
I
a
mean-
couple. Just one in particular, maybe these.
I presume that was
Definitely these. So Matt and I think
I've been,
you,
yeah.
you like it too to an extent. It's not like
Coco's?
Yeah, not you're like oh that's
He's
good.
got a membership.
Oh yeah, I like it. Yeah, I've got a membership card there.
You got a membership.
I don't go there every day because I don't live.
Don't
I don't live near there.
You got a membership card, but when did you get that membership card?
Within the last year.
Be more
I don't know the exact date.
see. When's the last time you went?
I haven't been able to go there for about 5 months.
Yeah.
I don't live near
it. I know.
And it's actually quite expensive in Korea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's actually quite expensive. I think for a typical meal, I think I pay over $10 easy each time. To me, that's a little expensive for curry.
It is. But I mean, if you're adding a lot of things, it can.
That's not adding anything.
Ooh.
Sometimes. That's like if you want a specific meat and a specific portion of rice
Curry
and stuff.
gruel and
Well, if you want a specific
3
amount
grains
of
of rice.
rice and whatnot, it can vary.
Uh.
I think you can go down to like $6 or whatever, but that's kind of why I don't go there that often.
No, that's
So
understandable.
it's a little pricey. There are cheaper places that I go to where I get unlimited rice and unlimited curry for that price or less. So
Right.
I'm like, I like Coco's, but I'm like, I get more value somewhere else. So and Coco's, there are only a handful that I'm aware of in Korea. they're not literally on like every corner or something. So
right. Well, Matt and I are stupid for this. Stupid about this, and it's a curry restaurant. It's Japanese curry.
I think they have some in the States, right?
California?
Yeah, I think I've
Hawaii
seen
too.
Hawaii.
Because they have a map in Korea, and they were showing like all the countries that they have cocos in, and there was quite a few, like Taiwan, and quite a few.
Very recently, actually.
Yeah. Within the last
really
5 or 6 years, they've expanded to a bunch of countries.
Yeah, and I hopefully they will continue success for cocoa. I just hope this tastes decent.
Well, it can't be worse than Object
Nothing.
One.
Dirty toilet water would taste.
That might be.
You want to test that?
I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna elaborate on this story. Piss tastes better than that.
Now I have questions. I don't think you wanted to say that in recording.
Yeah, you might have opened a can of worms that's gonna.
Okay,
come back to you.
I'll tell. It's pretty funny. I'll tell. So, I think in first or second grade, and my brother, he's about 1 year old, one year old or so, and my mom's about to give him a bath, and I'm about to go to school. Let's see where this is going. And so, my it's like, my mom's like, oh, give your little baby brother a kiss and stuff. I was like, here, Cody. And he pisses straight into my mouth. Just straight up.
Was he standing?
My mom was holding him.
Oh, okay. Did you have to change your clothes too?
No.
It went only in your mouth? Wow. He was practicing. He knew what he was doing.
He did not like me from an early age, it seems. I've not had these, so I don't know. It's kind of these wavy kind of things.
A wavy chip thing.
You want to give this a go? Or find a suitable one here? I don't know how this will...
Yeah, we'll find out.
Average, not great, but not terrible. Texture is kind of but
funky.
The taste is not bad.
It doesn't work well as a chip, I think.
No, it's kind of almost like a ramen, like bag ramen flavor.
They're just like, we're not gonna use this.
That's kind of what the texture, the taste kind of tastes like
Because
that.
it kind of crumbles there.
Yeah. It's not bad. It's just kind of like I wouldn't.
If you were
wouldn't
really
be the first
hankering from cocoa, you're like, I need that taste.
I wouldn't
Maybe.
be the first thing on my store list, probably. Oh well.
That one and the
this red one?
Not that one so much as the sweet potato one. And so these, because it's fall time and everything, they're the sweet potato flavored sticks. And
sort of like pokey, right?
I don't think it's like pocky.
It's like potato sticks.
No?
Right?
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just a stick. I think it's just like the pretzel stick kind of thing.
Alright.
Yeah, there's pretzel all over this thing.
Sure does. These are probably alright, I presume.
Hopefully.
Do they have sweet potato inside of them?
We'll find out.
Some kind of cream? Let's give it a whirl. How does it smell?
Smells like a sweet potato.
It smells exactly like a sweet potato. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, it does. Holy hell.
Exactly. I'm not a big sweet potato fan for the most
You're
part.
not?
Not really, no. I don't mind them.
It's got a faint taste of it, but it's not.
No, the smell is much stronger. The smell almost tastes like a sweet potato more than the taste does. If you're hankering for a sweet potato smell, if you'll rub these all over your body if you can't get sweet potatoes.
If you have no deodorant and you want to smell like a fucking sweet potato, you go to town.
Yeah, they're okay.
Not bad.
But you almost expect more after that. If you smell it, you almost expect a really strong taste.
Yeah, you're kind of like, okay, this is gonna...
Yeah, they're okay. Pumpkin ones. Do they have?
I didn't see any, but...
Those would be probably really good. Oh, fair enough.
Oh,
So
yeah, we did have
then?
topics. That was...
We do have a topic. Would you like to introduce it?
God, I guess.
After you take a liberal swig.
Yeah. Well, do we want to talk about TGS a little bit, or?
Yeah, we should probably do that first.
Sure, we can
We
just
should
do
have done it first.
Yeah, we
Should have, but all right.
Surprise!
After however many minutes of talking about food. But we don't need too much time to talk about TGS, right?
No,
I mean,
there's people there at the end.
We sort of had to rush through today because we ended up going to Luita's again.
Right. Which I leveled up to level 3, thank you.
Right.
Yay.
And he's got that damn Cyclops card. So we were sort of pressed for time, so we didn't end up going too long. It was busy, as expected. We did get stuck in the sun a little bit.
Not too bad.
Not too bad, luckily, not too bad. But
nothing compared to Comic Cat.
Oh, Comic Cat was
Like 2 hours in line, I think.
Oh, yeah, it was.
yeah, well, and it wasn't super hot. It was hot, but it wasn't deathly hot, at least too. But we saw stuff. There were some interesting stuff. The PlayStation booth was humongous. Even the Xbox one was quite big, though.
It was big.
It
It took up like a corner.
It took quite a bit of space for the Xbox One area. Honestly, obviously, it wasn't as busy as the PlayStation one. Just people know Xbox is not a big seller here.
Having like Metal Gear Solid 5.
Of course, that kind of stuff. And
Kojima
the Sony booth was structured really well, though, too, right? Like, they had these sort of orb-type things that showed you exactly which game was in each spot, so if you were going to line up and stuff. And they had anything from GT 6 to...
Gran Turismo 6. They had Sendo Kiseki there.
They had quite a few things.
Vito.
Hey,
Vito. Gotta stop drinking. I play my Vito every night.
They had a really nice setup, though. I thought the PlayStation booth, not only that it was big, and it's not just to be like, I love Sony, but I thought their setup itself looked really good.
It wasn't like oh my gosh.
It wasn't right in your face, but it was obviously noticeable by its sheer size.
Right.
And they didn't have lights like just they
they didn't have those goddamn strobe lights that Konami had last year.
Oh yeah. Those were bad. Well, that didn't help that we were standing in line to the store. Like it was boom, right in your eyes every 10 seconds.
It was like, Jesus.
Konami didn't have a booth this year, which was weird.
We didn't see one.
No, not at all actually. So Sony's was big. Capcom's was out in the corner there. There was so many people in that Capcom area.
Why?
Well, it was Monster Hunter 4 or something they were showing off, so there was a pretty big explosion of a line.
Yeah, some of my students said they bought it like 3 days ago,
and people are still going crazy there today about it. Hey.
Yeah, well, I think it's been out for about a week or so.
Okay.
Students buy it 3 days before I asked them how long had the student played it. 32 hours in 3. It's like Jesus.
Surprised he showed up to school.
Surprised not playing it at school at this point.
Yeah, jeez, wow.
But yeah,
Capcom had a pretty sizable booth. Rockstar was actually there, which is a bit surprising. I wasn't expecting them. They had a big GT A5
I'm gonna stop talking.
deal. A lot of nice little areas for technical schools that were building games and stuff, which is cool. They're very small, but seems to be growing every year. They had sort of like international little game section. Taiwan had actually a pretty big section.
They had an international one last year, but
but it was much more subdued.
Dinky.
Yeah.
Right.
They actually had like the country flag, and were not really promoting it, but it wasn't just sort of like, oh, this is in the corner. It was still in the back a little bit, but it was not so tucked away.
Right.
Gree obviously had a big thing, which we just kind of walked past. What am I missing? Right when you walked in, they had a little fighting tournament set up there. There was like some guys doing some sort of, there was like Street Fighter 4 and Blaze Blue was going on, and other things. 4. They had a huge Battlefield 4 thing right when you walked in.
Right when you walked in.
Which was causing a big jam of people, unfortunately.
Namco,
we ended up having to just walk past that one a lot, though.
Ton of people.
There was so many people. There was a Gundam thing, and then they had Tales of Symphonia, the Unison set or whatever it's going to be called. I apologize, don't remember what it's called. I mean, there's plenty to see. We got plenty of pamphlets. Ended up not lining up for anything this year. There wasn't really... We could have lined up to play PS4, but we would have been there until 6 o'clock or something,
lined
right?
up for 10 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
I could see the appeal, though, because the PS4 has been delayed for Japan.
Oh, right.
Maybe people were like, I'd like to see what this is going to be about.
And they were demonstrating.
Right. So, whereas other areas and territories are getting it earlier, so... it's kind of like, well, we're gonna get our hands on.
Like you said, how they had I didn't see the lines that lengthy for the demonstrations for the other Vita games and the PS3 games.
Not as much. Yeah.
Which
PS3 was a little bit, but Vita not so bad.
Right. That is, for example, of course, I'm a huge Falcom fan. So when they were they actually had their own booth this year, so they weren't kind of coupled to Konami's
parent
Square
sort
of
of
torture, and so they had their own little thing, which was nice. I didn't really, even though it wasn't for playing the game for their booth, it was kind of for interviews and stuff with JDK band and stuff.
It's sort
cool.
of progress.
It's nice.
In a
It's
way,
cool
right?
to see that, but I just we were rushing. And, I could have thrown my slime hat at them. We were that close to them. And but they're getting ready to leave, and I just don't want to. I just don't like to kind of
encroach.
Yeah, pretty much, because you just who knows how many other people do that kind of thing. And
I'm sure plenty.
Right, and they just
leave me alone.
Fuck are you?
But yeah, no, lots was going down as usual. It was an interesting show. I can't say if there's anything really special we saw, honestly. We saw Kojima on stage, which was kind of cool. He was on stage as we walked by, which was turned into a madhouse. There was so many people suddenly there. I showed a little
10,
more footage
15.
from, I guess it was Ground Zeroes?
They were showing some of the gameplay stuff, I think, but that was I think they did that E3 too.
I think they've done some of the stuff before, but they showed a few tweaks that they've done. Now they show sort of the distance between.
They didn't have that before?
I don't know, maybe. I haven't followed too heavily. But
just give me the game. I'm not gonna.
I thought it was cool. Some of the little tweaks that we did seem to see, okay, this guy's 50 meters away, and this person's here, and so I thought that was kind of cool. Just to see Kojima just sort of explain. He seems very demure on stage. Hey, he had his head down the whole time. He wasn't really looking up much. He was talking in the mic, looking down, and he would look over at the guy.
They're probably talking.
Little,
because the other guy was holding something. So I don't know if they're just scripted. Whatever.
It could have been that too, but still neat to just not necessarily meet him in person or anything, but to just kind of say, he's a pretty big developer, and he's actually at the show on the public day, not just the business days or whatever. For all the press days, I guess.
Yeah, press days. Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys want to contribute any more. I feel like I've said a lot. I'm sorry.
No.
Sort of jabbering on.
Matt had an exciting time for his ticket.
Yeah. I forgot my ticket. I had to go back 20 minutes. No, there wasn't much there really that was exciting.
Yeah.
But mobile-wise, it didn't seem like there was much besides Greed.
Especially last year. Last year it seemed
it was ridiculous.
A lot last year.
I think the hype's kind of dying down.
Thank God.
I hope.
Yeah, but especially with that, because it's such a. At least in Japan, it's very crappy.
Yeah, it's really bad.
It's just let's pay money for a chance to maybe win something better or something. Whatever.
Well,
thank you, Gree. I kind of remarked it before when we were there that there seemed to be more of a kind of foreign presence at the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Maybe it was just that day. It just seemed like
could have been.
You had people kind of. It wasn't entirely inconvenient where they were, but they kind of. I don't know if they were really if they were press or whatever for their own kind of game thing that they might have been doing. But they had guys kind of setting up huge freaking cameras trying to record.
Girls with their iPads,
people,
checking their information details and stuff before they were going to report and all this stuff.
And it's kind of it's interesting to see that, and I'm kind of like, that's almost I don't know. It's a little silly to me.
A little bit. It seems like if they were a big enough company, why wouldn't they have just gone to the press days?
Right.
Seems like, right? I mean, it could have been that they did go to the press days and they also wanted to have shots of the public days, right? Of people walking around. It's possible, but less likely. It was just more like, we're at TGS, trying to sort of set up this sort of goofy...
Right.
Test out their new toy.
Yeah. Look, we're a big show or something, but they're actually not. They're just just like every other public person that has come today.
Right. So, but I mean, more power to them. I mean, except for when they're causing
delays in lines and stuff.
That's the Walking Dead. Seriously, they used to or maybe David said something about somebody who was with us about having like this side go this way, this side go
yeah, I had said, we should have only this side of the hull should be walking one direction, and this side of the hull should only walk this direction.
Because then what you get is like these, you might be 3 abreast of people going one way, but then some nitwits coming in the other way. It's like, I need to cut through, and then it causes this ripple effect.
Massive chaos of people not
we
knowing
were seriously,
where to go.
there was like one point where they went with Kojima on the stage, and we're pretty much like this, fighting through.
Yeah, well, the thing was, you were not moving. You were just moving with the wave, essentially.
Right,
you were just being pushed forward
right.
until you got out, and then you were fine. But
it's just like,
yeah, and that was mostly because of people coming from the other way, trying to sneak by and stuff.
And
you could alleviate a lot of that.
So. Yeah, I don't know.
TGS.
We were there. I mean, it's never. Sure. I don't know. It's always a pleasure to go with you guys and stuff. But it's not like the game for Falcon comes out Thursday. I'm not. And there was nothing other than they were like other than I don't even think they were handing out anything. We're at the PlayStation booth because they had the game.
Didn't seem to be.
Yeah, they might have, but they had the PlayStation booth there, and it's like I seen it. And I was like, okay, cool, yeah, that's great.
Square Enix had a booth too.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, sorry,
totally forgot about it.
Jeez, yeah.
How much do we care about them these days? I guess.
I mean, they had some decent demos though. They had the remaster of Final Fantasy X and X2.
They've been kind of
sure,
trailers for that. Yeah. Just tell us when in winter already. I just want to buy the fucking game. All right,
I think they announced it.
No, they just said winter.
19th of December.
Oh, okay, well, it could be, but this sign just said this winter.
Yeah, okay.
The sign they
had changed their mind.
Nah.
They showed a lot more lightning returns. They didn't show anything for 15, which
they kind of have advertisements in the.
Yeah, I think they mentioned before E3.
Okay, but I didn't see any like actual footage or anything. But
probably not.
But they definitely had 13 lightning returns. Is that right?
13.3.
13.3.
Yeah, hopefully the last.
It's hopefully the last. I'm tired of that.
Don't keep building off that franchise,
but
some of the trailers still look pretty cool, like neat effects and stuff. But no surprises essentially from them. I guess it was just more of here's some E3 stuff. Here's a little more progress on this stuff, kind of thing. The E3 they dropped quite a few bombs with 15 and the lightning returns.
Yeah,
that was a pretty big deal at the moment.
Right. Tired of seeing those commercials though. I don't care who I'm sacrificing and who I'm saving at this point. Seriously, you want to save? I want to save no one and just kill them all and just end the series at this point. I didn't even play 2. I love 3. I'll leave 3. I love 13. I love 13. I enjoy 13. I like the game. I like the game a lot.
But you haven't played 13 too.
And I'm not going to play 13 too.
Why?
Why? Because it does not interest me.
It could be good. I don't know because I haven't played.
Well, right. I see the trailer and
I
just don't. Well, I'm not saying it's bad. I don't care. I'm really just.
Someone would have to sell you the game basically.
Just, somebody lets me borrow it or something, I'll try it.
Yeah.
But I'm not.
I don't either personally. I just.
Well, no. Yeah. I'm not willing to shell out the change for it there, so. Well, some people seem to like it a lot, but some people are kind of just like, really.
It looked like it got more action oriented. It seemed like with 2, and then 3 looks like it's even going beyond that.
Less linear.
Yeah, it seems to be.
That's always that people always complain about.
Right.
All right.
So yeah, I guess the topic. I guess.
Yeah, we have not a very engrossing topic today, but we do have one.
It's late and we're drunk. Not drunk.
Not drunk. But
I might sound like it, but I'm not drunk at all. It's because I call things vetoes, and evidently Rockstar now makes Gran Turismo, but
sort of
no
similar game.
That's getting there.
Got cars.
Getting more realistic.
Yeah.
But no, the topic, which is kind of like games we kind of we're feeling bad. Been a bad day.
Feeling blue.
Feeling bored.
Need a little
have
pick
a
me up.
boner. I mean, whatever. However
I'm a boner.
Games that give you a boner. That's the topic.
Surprise! Yeah, no.
For Greg.
For Greg. Sorry, Greg.
He's not here to defend himself.
Yeah. No. But it's games that we kind of fall back on when it's just, whatever. You're like, I feel like playing this, and it's something you go back to and play all the time.
I think we'd sort of worded it as comfort games.
Comfort games, so yeah. So,
Yeah, so we can just do a bit of a round table with that, I guess, then. Why don't we, as we like to give the guest the opportunity to choose the topic, and Matt did so.
Yeah.
Would you like to start us off, Matt?
Yeah, sure. Let me just pour some alcohol. It's my comfort drink.
He's got his little brand, swirling his brandy glass and getting his cigar ready. Let me tell you a story,
It's the only way I can do podcasts. If I'm slightly drunk.
That's all right.
Okay, so comfort
Take
games.
everything he says with a grain of salt.
So I'll start first with Persona 4.
Really?
It's actually a very recent game, I guess you could say. What, 2008?
2008, I think, yeah.
But I've played it 3 times already.
Wow.
Oh,
Was that including Golden as well?
Yeah,
Is that
Golden
one?
is included.
Okay.
And then 2 times for the original.
Okay.
So I don't think there's been a game that I've played that has done characters better in
Wow.
the game. I've never felt more attached to a cast than Persona
I
4.
just bought a Vita and Golden, and now you're just
Play
like,
it.
I'm just
Play
like
it,
feeling
please.
like I'm getting totally pressured to play it.
Yeah, I know that game gets a lot of hype, and you
I
probably
bought
get
the
a lot of
soundtrack
pressure for it.
today. Is soundtrack good?
Fantastic.
Okay, so I don't
Absolutely
feel so bad for
fantastic.
that purchase anymore.
I would say 3 and 4 music-wise are pretty even.
Okay.
But when it comes to story and characters, 4 is just
4 just takes it
except
to
for
the
the
level.
ending. I think 3.
The-
Both of you beat
3.
3.
I have not played 3 at all, actually. I own FES
You are
for.
very behind then.
I own all of them. I own the first one on the PlayStation Portable. I just recently picked up the second one. Well, I picked up because the second one's broken
Which
into
one?
Innocent Sin and
Innocence. Okay.
what's the other one?
Eternal
Punishment.
Yeah.
Eternal Punishment is the one that's on the PSN.
Is that the one with Hitler?
I forget. I
One of them has
own one. I own one version of
That's all you
two.
need to know.
One
One of
has
them has
Hitler.
Hitler.
And is I own one version
So
of
play 'em
2.
both.
I'll have to buy the other version of 2 off the PSN. I'm getting them mixed up. I own FES, but I might buy the PSP portable version.
Yeah, which is supposed to be good. Taylor.
Yeah, because I can just
Yeah.
throw it onto the Vita if I download
It's a little
it, so.
different. Like I guess with FES and the first kind of versions of it, you could run around and stuff, but
Mhm.
they make it more, what's that, like graphic novel? Oh, not graphic novel. What's that?
Like
I never remember this word.
Visual novel?
a visual
Yeah.
novel,
sort of.
yeah.
So you'll go to areas and you'll just have the dialogue. You might have the character kind of be there in certain points, but it's the dialogue that kind of goes, and then your main movements are really in the dormitory that you're in. As well, not even that's not the dormitories. You're just actually just like selecting an area or like picking something, and your main movements are just in the dungeon, which is just this massive thing. So for what it is, I enjoyed it, played through it, spent about 90 hours on it. I made sure.
That's 3, right?
That's 3,
Yeah.
right? And there's one of the things that kind of pops up randomly from time to time that early on, if you try to take it down, you're going to get destroyed, and that's death. I think it's.
Oh yeah.
And I ran into him early in the game, and he just completely just obliterated me. So I decided that I was going to pay back the favor, and I didn't obliterate him. I did kill him, but so at least paid it back, and I really really enjoyed it. I like the music. I like the build up for it and the tension for it. So I don't know when I'll get to 4 because I just beat 3 in May. I want to say it was May time. So, and I was pretty hot and heavy into that. So it's kind of surprising you say 4 because it seems like for a comfort game, it's a very long kind of going in for what it is, because it's like the mystery of it, and so now you know the
I see what you
mystery
mean, like,
kind
because
of.
you know, but it's less about the story and more about the characters.
Yep.
That's what gives me the comfort when I play that game.
Okay, cool.
It's the type of game that when you beat it, like you have like a pain. You're like, I don't want this to end.
Oh,
Your
it's
story
one of those
is,
games.
It's over. You
Yeah.
know? And there's even like scenes in the game that don't tie into the story. For instance, on the Vita version, they go on a ski trip, and there's nothing that happens during that time that's like really affects the story really, but it really builds the characters. And the humor with it, and you really connect with them, and then the game ends, and you're like, oh, damn it. So
I actually own for the PlayStation 2 and Golden. Should I just play
Golden? Golden is so much better than the original.
And the original is already that good.
It's already that good.
Okay, so I'll just stick with Golden.
I was really shocked how much they added to the game.
Really?
And it all fits in, like it feels like it should have been there.
And that was about
originally
4 years after? When did Golden come out? Was it 2012?
2012.
So it was about 4 years after.
Yeah, 4 years after. And it's fantastic. So
seems like they like putting the Persona games on the portables.
Yeah.
Not too long after if they can.
Yeah,
seems like,
money.
Which is interesting.
But they didn't slack on it.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like
really
they slack on
job.
them. It seems like they do a good job. Because isn't Persona 3 on the portable FES?
Yeah.
It is.
No, not
FES.
Not
FES.
No.
Oh, I thought it was a port of FES.
No.
It's not.
It's not. It doesn't contain the FES dungeon, I think.
That's something extra.
Yeah, FES added it.
Which
extra
honestly,
dungeon
FES is not really worth playing. Just watch videos. It's a grind fest. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Okay.
Yeah, better off just.
So for P3, play probably the portal version.
Well, the only version I could buy was FES, so I was just like, I'll just buy that. I just assumed it was upgraded as well, so I was just like,
it's still great.
Okay, cool. It's Persona 4. That's an interesting lead off.
Yeah.
Play it, both of you.
Yes.
I'll get to it. I
get around to it.
Played like
it's one of those games that gets hyped, but I feel like it's something that's really worthy of it.
I've got to.
It gets a lot of love. It seems like.
But give it a chance.
I mean, it got its own fighting game.
Yeah, it has its
built
own
off
fighting
of
game.
it.
So. With a sequel, I think, is coming out, right?
The sequel for a fighting game?
Yeah, I think there's another part that's coming out recently.
It doesn't have 3 characers in there too. Like, that's okay. I wasn't.
I think so.
Completely crazy.
Okay. Well, I didn't know.
So. Well, no, I'm just.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, it says Persona 4 Arena, so I was just like, right, 4 characters, I guess, right?
Yeah, so.
Interesting.
Yeah, have it over to you, or do you want to?
No, that's.
Are you shooting it off to
you first?
Yep, Sushi.
All right, I will take one that's probably actually for you as well, Taylor. And that is Double Dragon 2: The Revenge. My goodness. I have played Double Dragon 2 more times than I could humanly possibly count. And finished it so many times, and I am satisfied every single time. It's just such a weird, satisfying game for me. It's one of those few games that I got as a kid for one thing, that wasn't terrible for another thing. I got really bad games. I got the Ninja Turtles game as a kid, the first one, which isn't the worst game, but it's punishing,
brutal.
Right? I got Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I remember I would like borrow that from the library because they had it there, and I'd be like, Jesus, this is terrible.
It's not really that terrible. Forget. It's just so annoying. There's so many things in that game that just piss you off. It's just...
And you play this when you're like 5 or not 5, but like 6, 7, 8 years old, and you're like, what the.
Yeah, you just can't figure out what's going on. It's just so weird.
The weasels telling their stupid jokes and
and calling Benny the cab and all this stuff, and going to Toontown and coming back and picking up stuff. It's just so complicated.
I would forget every time how horrible that game is, and I would 2 months down the road, I'd think,
because you'd be like, that movie was amazing.
I never saw the movie.
Really?
Yeah,
it's a good movie.
I've seen it before. I've seen it, but not as a kid.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, it was a good movie, and Christopher Lloyd's the villain, which is interesting, but
he's actually quite good as a villain, especially when he's just trying to walk and he's limping and all this stuff, and he's really good.
But
yeah, they pooched the game.
But they did have Double Dragon 2, which was
But anyways, I didn't have too many good games. I did have some others that I won't get into, but Double Dragon 2. I remember getting it. I remember sitting in the vehicle, and I've told this story before, and I just getting the box handed to me, and I was like, what is this Double Dragon 2? And the box art is great already, right? Then you turn it over, and I remember the one screenshot is from with the gear scene. With the spikes that fly up, and you got to jump over the little gears. Pretty hard.
Right.
Relatively hard part for the game. But, and I was like, oh, wow, this looks really hard. And it was like, it's 2 players too. That's great, 2 players. Why not got 2-player game? You get that Ninja Turtles game, and you're thinking, wait, it's 1 player only? There's 4 turtles! Yeah. What's up with this? Which was remedied with the second game, but so Double Dragon 2, it's a game. It doesn't matter what it'll come out on, I will buy it, unless it's unreasonably priced, like $30 or something stupid. I won't buy it, but I still have my original NES game in the original box in the original case, the original manual, the original poster that came with it. I still got it, but lately I don't have it personally on me, so I bought it for the WiiWare. I still play it.
Yeah.
I love the WiiWare because you can sort of do like the instant save.
Right.
So, actually, I had played it with my best friend. He had come down and we played it, and I hadn't played it for a while, and then I turned it on and I was like, oh, I stopped the game like right after I beat the last boss, and it's like, oh, I remember I was just playing this with my best friend for the first time in a long time since we used to play as kids. And then I was like, and I was just back into it again. Like, I don't know, Double Dragon 2, you want to say anything else about it?
It's the satisfaction of needing somebody. It doesn't matter.
It's not even just that for me, though. There's just so much about the game. Like, just trying little new things each time, or I don't know.
It's fun, and it's not dumb like 3 is. So
with the stupid over the neck throw and shit, and
the
Chin
brutality of it.
And who's I forget the ninja's name.
Doesn't matter.
Chin is the guy with the stupid claw attack.
Yeah.
I think you get him in China or again.
So no, it's definitely good, and I liked 1 as well.
I liked 1 as well, yeah.
But it
doesn't have the 2 players.
Doesn't have that.
It doesn't have that. It's missing just. You can't say anything. It's missing that. It's missing something.
The je ne sais quoi kind of. It's just something.
Yeah, something that gives 2 this just like golden aura.
Right,
like,
but I didn't.
1 is good. 2 is amazing. 3 is.
3 is horrible. Like I didn't play 2 with 2-player though. Younger, it was just.
I often not.
Right.
I had to learn the game by myself, but when my friend came around, we learned together. So.
Yeah.
Matt, any Double Dragon 2?
I played it as a kid.
No,
actually.
okay.
No, not at all.
But
played it. Was it fairly recently?
Yeah.
With a friend.
Yeah. How did it go?
Didn't I play with you?
You played with me for a little
I played
bit.
with,
Yeah.
I think a friend from home.
Oh, okay.
I played with.
Yeah.
But not much.
Yeah. How? All right, or
it's fun.
yeah.
I don't have any like nostalgia.
Sure, and that's understandable.
And it's not laughably hard like 3.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah,
3 is the one where you
get the one life.
You don't leave the room if you're not
okay.
decent.
I'm sure I played it.
Oh yeah,
there was one that was really hard.
You don't leave the dojo room if you're not figured out how to do certain moves.
That's the first boss, you mean?
No,
the dojo where there's like only like 3 dudes that fight.
Remember we did that back at
It's pretty hard.
Yeah. We did that way back when we were still in school.
Really?
Yeah, and we were laughing about just because I don't like 3 and I'm bad at 3 and the library never had it, so I never played it. So then we got throttled. It was ugly.
3 is worse on the Genesis, though. I will tell you that. As bad as it is on the NES, the Genesis version is that much worse. I can't express how much worse it is. But anyways, Double Dragon 2 is the first one.
That's a good one. I guess I'm up next. I'm gonna go with Monopoly for the NES.
Really?
No.
Absolutely not. I thought you might have nostalgia for it. So.
No, God no.
I personally would rather play real Monopoly if I was going to play it.
Rather just not play it at all.
That too, because it leads to fisticuffs usually with somebody. So.
No man. God. No, I'm sorry, that was a bad joke. But actually, one that I personally, it's my favorite. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely one of my favorites in it, and that's Link to the Past.
Oh, yes.
I was probably gonna say that one.
Sorry.
That's okay.
That's my personal favorite Zelda game.
Well,
the other one is a close.
Yeah,
close.
I'm a Link's Awakening.
Link's
Awakening.
I love Link's Awakening. That's just for a game that I played for like 30 minutes and then just loved until I finally got to play it again, like years down the road. Yeah. Link's Awakening for me is just really special. But Link to the Past, that game, when you first play it and you don't know what you're doing at all, and you get to the dark world and you're just like, I'm a rabbit. And you're just kind of like, okay, all right, I see this is not going to be friendly. And just fighting your way through the dark world, and just how awesome the music is, and and just exploring all the little intricacies of both Dark and Light World, because there's always just this. When you play it the first time, you're of course not going to find everything,
right?
Unless you're
no.
It's just like some sort of savant or something, or looking at a guide the whole way through.
Right. Which I think there was a guide actually. I think there was a guide that came with the game. Not came with the game, but I think you could buy for the game.
There might have been
like a Super Nintendo,
and
Super guide or something.
Maybe that sounds.
I'm not so sure, but
but like that.
It's like a fine wine, that game, man. It doesn't matter how old it gets. It's still fun to come back to.
And I'm afraid of that sequel that they're making for it. There's a sequel that's coming for the 3DS.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's supposed to take place sometime after.
Okay, but it doesn't look like it's going to capture that sort of essence as much as you'd like.
Like some people said the Minish Cap is like that too.
Minish Cap?
I've tried and it doesn't for me for some reason.
It doesn't. I don't feel it's like Link to the Past, but it's
got that vibe at least.
It's got a nice vibe to it. Not Link to the Past vibe to me personally, but it's got a nice feel to it. It's one of my more preferred Zelda games.
Okay. I know, I know, Matt, you really like that game.
Yeah, definitely.
The last
I don't like
good Zelda.
I do not like I lost it. When it transitioned to 3D, it didn't do it for me at all.
Me neither.
I did not like Ocarina of Time.
I think.
Kill me for that.
I hate Ocarina of Time. I absolutely hate it. And I went far. I got to like the Shadow Dungeon.
And I got very far as well.
I was like, I can't do this anymore. I hate this game. I'm just punishing myself to play it. I just don't like it.
Boring. It bores you to tears.
I know a lot of people really like it, and I respect that they like it. But when people are just like, it was a perfect game, I'm like, no, it wasn't. It was not a perfect game. There is no such thing as a perfect game, anyways.
Of course.
But I think most of the people that if you meet online now, they grew up with that game. That was their Zelda game, so that's why I can appreciate that for them. That's their nostalgic Zelda game.
Right.
Where Link to the Past was a bit more for me. Yeah. So I don't like really comparing the two because I'm not like, this one's better than that one. I just personally feel like, for me, the epitome of the series was Link to the Past, and all of the other 2D Zelda games have tried to build off of Link to the Past.
Right.
Whereas the 3D games have tried to build off of Ocarina.
It was interesting that, at least for Zelda, for me, as soon as I went to 3D, I lost interest. But when it came to, Final Fantasy, it just clicked, or Mario, it worked in 3D. For me, I still could capture the feel of 2D, but for Zelda, I lost it. It didn't click for me at all.
You never played any of the others, or?
I think I played a little bit of Wind Waker, but still, it just doesn't. That's one that's a bit.
I was gonna say for some people that's
Wind Waker is definitely a divided one, but looks great. I mean, I know some people are like, I hate the graphics of it. I think it looks nice.
Hellacious.
I don't care if you don't like the art style. I think you can at least appreciate.
Of course,
But it's cartoony.
Who cares? It's
a game.
The fact of what they went to make Link's facial expressions and just the cool little swirls in the water and stuff. I think it looks really cool.
The smoke and
I don't personally love the
painting.
fact that they went that route, but I can appreciate the art sense of it. I think it looks really cool.
For whatever reason, Ocarina of Time, I do not like that. I like Majora's Mask. Do not like Ocarina of Time. I've tried. I've bought the 3DS version just to give it another shot. So not just being, I hate this game, but it just bores me to tears. I hate having to save Epona from stupid Mon Milk Ranch. I hate that. So it's not that difficult, but I just hate that. That's in that fucking asshole. It just I hate that voice, and it's just such a bad, it's just an annoying voice. I don't like just how clunky it feels. It feels really clunky, and I mean, you could say that it was innovative for the time and stuff, but I didn't play it right away, so maybe that's part of it. Is that I didn't play it until well after, so because I didn't get 64, but I just never got the game until much later, and I was just like, but this is about Link to the Past because it's so much cooler. So, over to you there.
So another game. I would say Tales of Destiny. The original one, not the remake, actually. Surprising.
That is very surprising.
Yeah, it's pretty
better off stitching a fucking picture frame of that thing than trying to play that.
It's kind of a lame reason, But a lot of it has to do with nostalgia, but also that I really like winter theme, towns and dungeons. And the entire first 2 hours of the game were winter themed. And there was a town, there was a dungeon, and you were just going through the snow. And for some reason, as a kid, I really loved that. So I sometimes come back to the game and only play the first 2 hours. And then
You're like,
yep, I'm done.
Nice.
I do that with some games. I'll really feel like I want to play it, and I'll come back and, nostalgia. And then I get bored after 4 or 5 hours. But that, you get that feeling back for a little bit. So for that one, it's less about like the game as a whole and more about like the nostalgia from the beginning.
Yeah, especially for the original version.
Oh, the original was
that's some lovely work there.
Yeah, but the remake was really, really good.
See that final fucking dungeon.
Yeah.
Tales games.
Yeah, Tales games.
But yeah, it's a really cool. Like, I'm with you on that winter kind of vibe and the towns and stuff.
Yeah, I really love the environments in Tales games. I know you don't like Graces. You
I didn't play that much of it. It just
the environments in that game is really spot on. Really good.
Caves were kind of not as dreary because they have that first cave right early on at the beginning of the game. I was like, this isn't. It's normal. It's not goofy as shit. It's not depressing. It's not a sewer. Thank Jesus. Yeah. There's sewers to come or something. I know. I just for whatever reason I couldn't get into it. A lot of
people don't like it, but
Graces.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Well, I've been reading a lot of people trashing it.
Oh, really?
Saying it was the worst main character. Like, did you forget about Edge Maverick from Star Ocean 4? Come on.
That's an amazing.
That's a terrible
American name, right? That is such a Edge Maverick.
Oh, they knock on the voice acting, they knock on the characters, but there was far worse games than that. I thought it was fairly decent, to be honest. I mean, it wasn't like amazing. I wouldn't recommend it as like the top 10 games, but it was a fairly good game, good environments. But anyways, we're talking about Tales of Destiny.
Right.
But yeah, it's one of those games I always come back to just because of the first few hours. Not for Trash Mountain. Fuck Trash Mountain. It's a pretty solid game. I would highly recommend the remake. It was only in Japanese, sadly. But it was one of the first Tales games to use CC.
Right.
Where you didn't have like an MP bar and you had like a regenerating, what would you call it?
Action attack kind
so
of
like
thing?
every action takes a point of CC, and then if you stop and defend, it will slowly regenerate. So it got rid of like,
kind of...
Yeah. It was the first Tales game to use that, and I think almost everyone after that has used it. So,
dude, Vesperia. I don't think Vesperia.
Vesperia didn't.
Vesperia was just
Graces did, and I think
I remember just hacking with Yudi and just or whatever.
Yeah.
But the remake. I actually finally got to it after years of you mercilessly hounding me to play. No. But no, your suggestion, because you definitely have recommended some very good ones, and finally got around to it. I did enjoy it, except for that final dungeon. That final, Trash Mountain, I breezed through Trash Mountain. Trash Mountain was Thursday pickup. That was easy.
I think it was worse than the original.
Okay. No. Oh, that I could see that being, but like the final, another day for another time. But it is fun if you can find a way to play it. Definitely give the remake a go.
So that's my second pick.
Nice. 2 RPGs, interesting.
Yeah, RPGs. That's pretty much all I play these days.
Yeah. Interesting though, like RPGs as comfort games is interesting.
For me, that's the definition basically of a comfort game.
I like something that's bang bang. I need something short and fast typically for comfort games. I just want to zone out and just not have to think too hard.
For Matt there, it's more of that nostalgia is kind of that.
Yeah, it's the driving factor.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting though. Yeah. It's nice. All right, well, my next one is pretty straightforward, and that's NHL 94. I don't know what
95.
No, fuck 95. If you NHL 94 is like within sports circles is like the epitome of hockey games. Like it's. I haven't played too many of the newer games. Personally, I don't really like to buy EA products. I'm just not interested in buying into their sort of deal there. So I don't really buy new hockey games. But NHL 94 has just, it clicks on so many levels. Like it's not a perfect game, but it's just so damn fun. They took out the fighting. Yeah, they took out this, but they added the one-timer. It's the first hockey game to have a one-timer. And it is so brutally like overpowered in this game. You can pretty much score on any given chance with this one-timer. Like, it's just pass, shoot, score, pass, shoot, score, and you're constantly scoring. And but it's so fun when you play the friend because you're just like, fuck, and then but you can score right away. And you're like, yeah. It's so back and forth. It's so back and forth. Like, it's constantly just like one guy scores like 4 goals and like, damn it, I'm not gonna win, and then suddenly you win by like 6 somehow. It's just such a weird game like that. Such a fun game. It's so intense when you play with somebody. The computer you can just thrash, like even on the highest
That's
level.
like Stanley Cup. You could always do that.
Oh,
that's stupid.
But this does take some skill. This isn't just like you just sit in the corner and do like some sort of trick shot or something. This is like you do have to have some skill.
Okay.
And then there's also the triple deke in the game, which is just brutally easy to do too, where you go one side, other side, other side, and you just instantly like wrap the goalie slides so far that you just like wrap the goals in. I mean, it's just a fun game. Lots of good memories playing friends. One of my friends told the story about the football thing a long time with the Cleveland Browns and the Buccaneers. I remember I told you that story about the one-handed touchdown in the end zone, the 0 seconds left.
Right.
Friend getting mad or being like, it's okay, the game scored, tied, and then he kicked the extra point. Played with that friend we were playing, and he's like, he's like, you pick the worst team, I'm going to pick the best team. And I was like, yeah, no problem, I can take you on with the worst team. I take Tampa Bay Lightning. They've got like all terrible players. And I just scored with one guy 9 goals, and another guy got 1 goal, and I beat him 10-9. He had the best team. His goalie was rated 100. I still beat them. I remember being so mad, but it just like lots of memories of playing NHL 94. Just simple, goofy sports game that's to this day I will play. If you're like, want to play NHL 94, I'm like, I will play NHL 94.
You're on.
Anytime you want to play it. I might lose by like 50, and I'm still gonna have fun because it's just one of those games. So back to you, Taylor.
No, all right. This is going to be another Super Nintendo game, and it's
Stanley Cup.
Metroid.
Yeah, that's definitely one of yours.
The first time I seen the game in action was a friend of mine beating the game.
He's right at the end.
Yeah, he's showing me this awesome thing about how you're fighting Mother Brain and stuff,
right.
And just the whole thing kind of unfolds with
sequence.
that. Yeah, and it's like, oh man, that's awesome, because I'm still at this point only used to NES games. I didn't have a Super Nintendo or anything, so I'm so used to just very, very brutal, shitty palette of NES colors. So I'm like, this is colorful. This is sweet. This is intense, and I finally got around to playing it. And the thing about it is, there's so much just hidden stuff to find, and of course, if you just kind of play it and you're not really looking that hard, you'll end up probably around like the 50s or so percentage of finding secrets, and you'll probably take about 6 hours or maybe or so. Not a horribly lengthy game, more than 6 hours. Not a horribly lengthy game, but just to kind of search for those secrets and stuff. And I would always kind of have these, because it was my friend's dad. He really liked the game, so he would kind of work at trying to perfect the game to get that 100% and stuff. And I would sit there and play it and be like, okay, I need to, I want to beat what he's got going forward, because at the time because he's an adult, so he's not going to be like, I'm going to play it all the time. He has a kid, kind of thing. He has responsibility. So, I think at the time he had like 89%. And so I like vowed to myself to get, I got to beat this 89%. And I got like 92. I was like, yes. And I seen like he got it done in like pretty quick time. I don't remember exactly what the time was, but he done it in a pretty quick time. And unfortunately, I've not been able to match the percentage in the time that he had done for it. But I always was like, at least I got the percentage, and then at least I could do the time. Just not both at the same time, kind of thing. But I really like that game. I like the atmosphere for it. You are just Samus, and you're just blowing the shit out of aliens and telling them to take their stupid mother brain back. And I know both of you don't really care for it. From
it's not my favorite.
Yeah, you're not a big fan. And I don't think did you ever really play it? Not much. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
It's just not your.
No, it has really good atmosphere, but yeah, it's not my style of game. Probably. But I can respect it for what it is.
Right. Yeah, it's just not your games.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So no, I love that game. Love that game. And it is one of those games like there's no big difference, but it has like the change between like English text and Japanese text and stuff. And so then that's kind of first time for me seeing Japanese text, and it no way was it like, oh, I want to learn Japanese from this, but it's just kind of like, I have no idea what this is. Back to English. So that's really it and stuff. So, Super Metroid. So, back over to you there, Matt.
So this one you probably don't know. The English title is called Little Ninja Brothers.
Oh yeah. You tried to get me to play.
Yeah,
we tried it, but it just didn't work. It didn't work out.
Yeah, okay.
Well, no, we tried. We just couldn't.
Okay, yeah.
All right.
And the Japanese title, I think, is like, was it Chinese something? Chinese Fighters. I don't remember what it's called. But it was one of the first, I think, like co-op RPGs for the NES, as far as I know. And it was basically, you had a world map and then random encounters, but the battles took place like kind of side-scrolling.
Like Street Fighter almost, right? Because there was Super Ninja Boy or something that was similar, I think, on the Super NES.
Maybe.
It sounds really similar.
Okay. It was side-scrolling, but you could kind of move up.
It was like a Double Dragon 2 sequence, right? Where the guys would come on screen and you had to beat the
exactly.
the crap out of them.
You could punch them off
Yeah,
the
so
screen and stuff.
Super Ninja Boy must have just been the sequel to that.
Yeah, it must have been the sequel, yeah. So I used to play that with friends all the time.
I totally know the game you're talking about because I remember seeing advertisements in comic books. There's a red and a blue guy, right?
Yes,
and they have cues and they're like jumping up.
I
totally
Ryu
seen
or something.
box for that.
Yeah. It's
never played it, but I've seen
it. Really cheesy plot. Like,
of course it was. It's an NES game.
It's an NES.
Most of them had cheesy plots.
Yeah, but it was interesting because it for the normal battles you'd have the side scrolling, and then when you'd fight a boss, you would actually go into like a command menu. It'd be like a traditional RPG.
So it's like kind of like the magic of Scheherazade at that point. I don't know if you.
Maybe I've never played it.
It's like Zelda, but then there will be these times when you go from one frame to another, where you encounter fights, and they are really hard.
Yeah, exactly. They were very hard.
They're like you die.
Yeah, because even when you get to the special dungeons, all the fights are like that. So there's one where like you have very limited vision, and that's when you're in the traditional RPG mode, and it's very, very difficult. So it's really similar to that. But I just have really good memories from that because I used to play co-op with all my friends, and it was kind of one of the first experiences with doing like co-op with NES, like as an RPG.
Yeah.
It was good.
There's not many. Back
I can't think of many.
Even up to the Super NES and stuff. I mean, there's not.
There's not
Secret of Mana.
Not Secret of Mana.
Secret of Mana, but
Evermore? Final Fantasy 9.
I think Secret Evermore
was one player.
Okay,
there's a mod.
I thought someone can
control
the dog.
Oh, okay. There's a mod for it.
Okay.
not.
Fantastic game, by the way.
That's one I never got into.
I need to play it to give it a go.
This is good. But yeah, that's my pick.
Okay, cool. All right, I've got a little list here. I don't want to go to too many lengths of going through all of them, though. But another comfort game for me is actually... Now, I actually don't like this game. It's because my friend continually, every single time he came to my house, was like, want to play Golden Axe? And I'm just like, tearing my eyes out. Like, no, I don't want to fucking play Golden Axe again. And then 5 minutes later, what am I doing? I'm playing fucking Golden Axe for the 800th time. He just had this rotation of games. It was Double Dragon 2. Fine. No problem. I will always play Double Dragon. Contra, which is on my list. Absolutely. I'll play Contra every single time. And then it was Golden Axe. And it was always like, we'd be sitting around in the basement on the floor. What do you want to do? You want to play Golden Axe? Just like, on the Genesis, and I'm just like, I don't. At one point, I just like screamed out, I'm not playing this game. And then he was like, okay. And then he just plugged it in. I'm just like, I hate you. But I have a lot of good memories playing Golden Axe, and like just the sort of animosity somewhat of like having to play with him all the time. I'm just like, I'm so sick of Golden Axe. I can't play this game anymore. But I would love to. I haven't seen this friend in quite some time. I met him not too long ago. but for the first time in quite a long time. But to sit down and play Golden Axe with them now would be quite interesting, just because it's been about 10 years now.
Wow.
Long time ago now, so it might actually be kind of fun to be like,
want to play Golden Axe?
Want to play Golden Axe. And I know he would just be like, yeah? He would totally just be like, yeah, sure. He would not say no. Unless he was, like, his wife was giving birth to a child or something, for all I knew, or something. He's not married as far as I know, so. But otherwise he'd be like, yeah, I'll be there in 10 minutes, kind of thing. He'd already be at my door, probably. It'd be pretty creepy. But it's a Golden Axe. As much as I despise it, in a way, I have to love it at the same time. So, Golden Axe. Those damn skeletons. Damn skeletons. I don't know if you guys have any memories of Golden Axe.
No,
just when we did the...
Right.
Never played it before.
Yeah, it's just a...
Like a beat 'em up.
It's a beat 'em up.
Yeah,
it's just a
I think I've seen it
fantasy beat 'em up.
Beat 'em ups, that's like...
It was quite good at the time when it came out, but it's not really aged very well.
It has not aged very well.
But when it came out in the arcade, it was pretty big deal
No.
at the time, like 89 or whatever that came out.
Oh, gee,
I don't know. It's quite old game. So yeah. Yep.
No, okay. I'm going to stick with the Super Nintendo. I mean, I think for me that's generation, especially that system, has just some times when I actually did really enjoy playing games. That's because like the one cover game I could just easily throw out there is Final Fantasy, the first one. Mm-hmm. I know that's a little weird, but that one will always have a very kind of personal connection to me and stuff. So that one, I could always just sit down and just kind of go through it. I don't like to play the later iterations of it. I don't like the PSP version. Well, no, it's just too easy. It's really just too easy. And at that point, you might unless you've not played it before, and you're just kind of like, okay,
I beat it.
Yeah, it's way too easy. And so I just like to play the original one. The if I recall, I think the PlayStation 1 version, which you and I played through, and when we did. Yeah.
It's called Origins.
Yeah, I don't.
We trying it with no deaths.
Yeah, we actually got through it with no deaths, and
nice.
No mind flayers doing any death or anything.
The white mage challenge.
No, definitely not that. No, that's I'd rather not take the time. But no, we got through it without dying. It was like the first time I'd ever kind of got through it without dying, and I was like, and whatever. But I just love that game. But the game that I was thinking of is the Super Nintendo version of Doom. Yeah. I love Doom and like Doom 64. I know that one doesn't really get much.
I think people just kind of forgotten about it.
Any fanfare. I love Doom 64, but I also love the Super Nintendo port of Doom. Like that's my first kind of encounter with the game and stuff. And I understand that the hardest setting is on Inferno on that setting is like only the second hardest setting on the PC ones, because the PC one's the hardest setting. I think they like every
Nightmare,
15.
I think is the hardest setting. Nightmare. I think Nightmare's the top setting.
The Inferno's the last story maybe or something. The third. Whatever.
It's been a long time since.
I haven't played it in forever, but I know that like I remember like.
The brass knuckles.
Yeah. Oh, I would obsess about this, and this was when it was still in school. Like to the point that I would like get they would do those. People would kind of make those 3D versions of it and stuff that look really like polygonal, kind of updates and stuff. Like really, just kind of, it's cool to kind of see it that way, but. Just the original Doom, I love playing through it. I love just putting it on the hardest setting. Saying, fuck you, game. I'm going to do what I want. And going through. I'm just from start to finish, all 3 chapters, go through each, everything. I don't get everything, because there's some secrets I'm just kind of like...
The BFG.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's just some secrets you're just kind of like, I have no clue.
Some of those walls and stuff.
And you're just kind of like, I'm not going to... I spend enough time trying to find enough secrets, but especially when you're going through the third, that might be Inferno. You're going through the third story, and that's brutal, because if you're not, because the second one's like the hand It's like that hand map, and you could kind of try to blitz through it, which is fine. But if you do, you're gonna have like everything on your ass, and you're probably gonna die. So you just kind of like methodically just murder everything in there. And then you of course you get to the third stage, and it's just a pain in the ass. And then but like once you kind of get through it, it's just like fuck all y'all, and then probably die at limbo because there's all that fucking lava. Dang. I don't know if you guys really played it much or.
I mean, I played the PC game, not the Super NES one. I don't know much.
Well, there's not really that much of a difference, I don't think, between other than the difficulty.
Well, and some of the. Obviously, the graphical quality and stuff. Maybe the speed of the game might be a little bit faster on PC. I presume.
Another couple levels. I never
on the
really,
PC.
I could be wrong. I've never really played.
There could
PC.
be. It's been a long time since I played Doom. So.
That's Super Nintendo.
Masterpiece.
Masterpiece. I love it. The music's great for it too, because it's all like Slayer and kind of inspired music.
It's really heavy.
You know,
the doors open.
Oh yeah. There's some like the one that's the when you're fighting the cyber demon at the end of the second story.
Oh, yeah, cyber demon.
That it's got that ding 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 ding.
I don't like fighting that guy.
Because of the fucking missiles.
The spider thing is fine, but
the spider thing's lame. It's the arch.
I don't know. Spider demon thing.
Art demon.
The big horse.
Cyber demon dude.
I don't like cyber.
Because he's all you see is just this kind of tiny like pixelated thing starting moving. He's like, what the?
Yeah, and then you see red things coming out, and you're like, what are those red? Rocket launcher.
And then you're dead.
And the BFG doesn't do much on him. You've got to use that plasma cannon thing.
Well, they said, I think there's missiles there, so you can just pick up missiles yourself and just start strafing and hope that you don't get smoked by it. Yeah. So.
He appears a lot in the second game.
I never really played the second one.
Well, the second one didn't come out, I don't think, to anything except PC.
PC, exactly. Yeah. So I never really got to play it, but that's like.
I just put on. That game. I enjoy the hell of it. Just in God mode, I'm just
Doesn't the second one have that? There's that really hard. I remember somebody one of my friends saying that there was like a really hard bridge or something in that. Or
again, I haven't played the second one in a long time. Second one, I think technically can't be finished without cheating. I thought as well. The only way to get the actual true ending is you actually have to put in a code to walk through walls because there's a secret. One of the developers has his head on a stake, and you have to actually walk through the wall behind this thing. I didn't think you needed
to. You just had to use a missile because of the splash damage.
Maybe I heard
it, but people you could
just typically I was just cheating because I was a kid. I was just like, this game's hard. And I just love the chainsaw. Just chainsaw.
Because
I love the imps in that.
Is it double by 2 or because it's just the one and. In the 64 version, it's a double chainsaw. So you just
it's double. I think it's double in 2. Yeah. I think that's right.
Yeah, and one, it's only the single. It's only the single.
One, you just only get the punch, then you get the chain. Yeah, I think it's 2 in 2. I forget. 2 also has the upgraded shotgun.
Double barrel.
The double barrel shotgun. I like the shotgun.
Yeah,
shotgun's just kind of my go-to.
It's your bread and butter kind of.
Yeah. It's the go-to.
Fuck you.
The chain gun's not so good. So, anyways,
it's good for some of them. If you're like low on shotgun ammo, you're like, I want to keep this. And
shotgun is just so satisfying, though.
Oh yeah, but if especially for those fucking
skulls?
eyeballs in the sky. Oh, the skulls. No, the I can't remember what the hell they're called.
Oh, the floating red eyeball things.
Maybe
I hate those things. And they spit out the skulls.
Yeah. Make that noise.
Something like that.
My favorite guys are the imps. I love because they have that face of like, oh,
punch.
Yeah, when you punch them and they're like, and they're like, they turn into that pile of goo.
You didn't really.
No, not at all.
Nah, you're not missing too much now. Doom's pretty good.
Actually, I did play Doom 3.
Oh yeah, Doom 3. I enjoyed Doom 3.
Yeah. It was alright. Yeah.
Other than the...
I remember that came out. The graphics on that looked
at the time crazy.
At the time.
The lighting and stuff.
The lighting was especially
really good.
Really creepy.
And everybody was bitching about there being no duct tape on Mars kind of thing. It's like, well, because you could, if you had duct tape, you would just tape the fucking flashlight to the gun.
Right.
So you wouldn't have to switch from the flashlight to a gun.
Right. Whatever.
It's there to kind of...
No, it was meant to be a bit more horror than just action, right? So But anyway, that's a lot of Doom.
Because Doom's awesome. But back to you there, Matt, if you have any others.
Yeah, this one's actually not an RPG. Surprisingly. And that's Donkey Kong Country 2.
Ooh, 2.
Yeah, 2, not 3.
Yeah, not 3.
In your face, 2.
Both of you.
3 is good.
I like 2.
I do like 3.
And I haven't played too much of 3, so that's why I can't really compare.
Yeah, I've beaten 3, so yeah, I do like 3, but 2 especially. 1 I also liked, probably in order would be like 2, 1, 3.
That's for me too, just because I haven't played much of 3.
A lot of people don't like 3.
But 2 is just fantastic.
I really like 2
Amazing
as well.
game. Especially multiplayer. I played that with a lot of friends. And actually recently, when I used to own the Combo TV.
Oh,
there you
go
now.
SF Sharp or whatever it's called.
Yeah, I was living at the guest house, and someone who's quite a bit younger than me, maybe 5 or 6 years, he grew up on like PlayStation and higher graphics. He saw me playing Donkey Kong. And he kind of started making fun of it. And I'm like, well, come on, get some drinks and let's play this fucking game. And you can see if you like it. And he's like, really? I'm like, yeah, just try it. Just try it. And then 4 hours later, we're having a blast playing this game. And he gets past the graphics and it's just like, this game can still be enjoyed.
Okay.
And I think it looks good for a 2D game.
Still looks good.
It's fantastic. And snow
They
levels.
all do.
Snow levels.
Wait, there's snow levels in 2?
Yeah. There's snow levels.
Like right at the end?
I can't remember when it's.
I think it's got to be like right at the end or something because I remember
there's lava.
The shipwreck, the lava.
Shipwreck's at the beginning.
Right. Shipwreck, the lava, the swamp, the honeybees.
Yeah, the stupid swamp.
Marsh kind of ghost thing.
Yeah.
The roller coaster stuff.
Oh,
the Ramble. That's kind of in the roller coaster.
And you remember the game pretty well, actually.
Did we play through it recently?
I don't know. I think we might have, but my brother owned 2. Like he got 2 for a birthday or something, and I like it. I like it. I just 3 was the one that I actually could get through and get everything. That's why I like the 3 because I actually can do everything.
I found out the game with the only Donkey Kong where I had both characters I liked.
Oh,
that I could play
style. Baby's dumb as shit.
Baby was horrible.
Oh,
it's awful.
Might as well. You have to use them to get secrets. That's it. And then other than that, you're just using Dixie to pretty much do everything.
Dixie is the best.
Dixie and Diddy had a good combo because they're both kind of fast, but Dixie was a little slow, but she can fly. Whereas in the first game, Donkey Kong and Diddy, you just kind of only want to use Diddy. Donkey Kong kind of sucked. He was kind of big, slow, and lumpy.
You could get the bananas.
Get those bananas.
The third game, I liked it, but
I like the music a lot in 3.
Yeah, I like the second music the best, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one it was Rainbow Blast was in that one, right?
Sticker. It's called Sticker Brush.
Okay, yeah.
I love the King K. Rool theme in the second game. The last battle's really good in the second game. I really like that one. That's got such a interesting theme. How it's his theme, but it plays the Donkey Kong theme sort of inside that theme. It's it plays the pirate theme, and then it goes
that was awesome.
And it changes the music. So
the whole game is just
I like 2 a lot actually.
Yeah, it's very hard though. Towards the end, it's quite difficult.
Surprisingly,
playing the snake, the lava level.
Oh, I hate that snake. What's the snake's name? I forget, but I hate that snake.
The sounds
is
nice too.
Coil is it coil or
I hate the parrot levels. I'm not a big fan.
I don't mind the parrot, but at least he can shoot down the bees and stuff.
Not the red ones, right?
The purple one or whatever.
Was it? I don't remember
that well.
But the ones where you're hanging onto them, so you're a bigger target and you're going through brambles and stuff. This is.
It's just as bad as the underwater levels.
Those are, I don't like those either. Cool, music. Very nice music, but usually just... We played through 3 recently. That's what we did. We played through 3 when you were last ever at my place. And we were really hating that stage right before the fucking end. Because there's just this really stupid part you have to nail everything. Otherwise you're throwing controllers. So it's you will die.
That's the one thing about Donkey Kong Country is it just seems like they could have lightened up just a touch on a few of the things. Even the one that came up for the Wii, and people were saying it was really brutally hard.
Some of those things.
Some of the stages, and it's just I like the challenge, but when it's you have to nail everything perfectly, it's kind of
and it's
a little give
it's
is
not
nice.
3 jumps. It's It's a little.
It's like 6-7 parts where you got to be in full motion speed, and if you miss it, you're gonna touch a B or something. It's like, that kind of sucks.
Well, no, it was those goddamn things with the fucking shields that were.
Oh yeah.
Oh
god,
just might as well just kill yourself, and I think we did that quite a lot. Just,
oh yeah.
Like, yeah, we missed.
I think the first game is probably the easiest.
Yeah, definitely.
First game is quite
outside
easy.
of when you're first playing it.
When you're first playing it, maybe not.
You might get rocked hard. And
right, but once you start to figure out that you should not be using DK, you can pretty much nail that game pretty well. You let Donkey Kong just get knocked out of the stage, and you're good. So.
Ride Pine, DK.
I think they knew he kind of sucked, and that's why they put the other characters in the following games. Even though he was the title character, they didn't even use him for 2 and 3.
That's true.
That's pretty sad, actually, when you think about it.
And he was, I guess, theoretically baby in the Donkey Kong games. So
Baby just seemed to be like Donkey Kong Jr. sort of.
Well, that's what I meant. He is Donkey Kong Jr. He's that baby in those.
Oh, he just irritated me. Like Baby Mario and Yoshi.
I think Baby.
Damn.
Especially when he died.
Yeah, exactly.
Does that temper tantrum? Fuck off.
But yeah, it's a good game. Really fun co-op, and the atmosphere is really nice.
It's a good mixture of just different things, and not just here's a just a certain stock area, or and that's what I like about 3 too. 3 doesn't have just like very stock kind of.
Right.
It does have a wood one, but it also has like a woodcutter's one too, which is kind of like a machining.
There's a lot of creativity.
It's a different one.
Definitely.
So,
what happened to them? Rare.
They
got bought out.
They went to 3D.
That's it.
Yeah. Did you play Donkey Kong 64?
No, God, no.
I never played it, but some people swear by it.
Some people swear by it.
Game? Yeah.
Really?
That rap really kept me away from it.
Okay, I've never played it, so I don't know.
I haven't played that one either.
Okay. So, anyways, that's my pick.
All right. Again, I got a long list here. What do you guys feel? And you want to kind of burn through these quicker, or?
Just it's all in here and in here.
So. All right. Well, I'm just gonna burn through mine then. So sort of. One of my really favorite comfort games for me is when I just want to play something fast, quick, and I want good music. It's F-Zero. I really like F-Zero. I just like it's one of those games I can pick up. I can do a circuit set. The 5 sets in 20 minutes or whatever it takes, or just over 20 minutes, and I can just enjoy it and be like, F-Zero, I love it. So I really like F-Zero on the Super NES. Super Smash TV on the Super NES. I don't know why. It's one of these dumb games that I just had a lot of appeal playing with a friend. Goofy music. There's just goofy stage names. My favorite stage name is just called Extra Sauce, and it's literally men that just are continually pouring out in the stage to get slaughtered by you. Like, they're just red blood flying everywhere. You're just like shooting them all down. It's just called Extra Sauce. Just super silly game. Really tough, but a friend of mine and I, we always go through it and we always beat it. Just, I don't know. I like Super Smash TV. Super Bomberman. I don't really like the multiplayer. Actually, my friend and I always play the story mode because you can have 2 players on that.
Okay.
I like fighting the bosses and stuff and just enjoy that a lot. In the arcade, Final Fight. If an arcade has Final Fight, I will play it every single time. I'll probably get my ass kicked every single time, very easily and very quickly. But I don't know, something about Final Fight I just love playing. It was because local 7-Eleven had it. It's like one of the first arcade games I secretly played because I was not supposed to play any games. Golden Axe was actually another one. I remember the first time seeing Final Fight, I was like, oh my god, I have to play this. I don't care where I'm getting the money from. Somehow I scrounged a quarter, which was a big deal for me, and I played it. I was like, oh, I love this game. Seeing Hagar do like the big tornado spin, right. I was just like, oh, this game's amazing. I think I died within like the first 30 seconds or something even. But Final Fight, Outrun 2, which is on the Xbox or in the arcade or on the PSP. simple racer, fun racer. You can play another game. You can just play for like 15 minutes and be done with it, which I love. A lot of these games are just like that. I just need a quick fix of like, I just need to play something for a few minutes. Like there's days where I come home from work and I do all this stuff and it's midnight and I'm like, man, I haven't played a game today. I feel like an adult. And it's like, I gotta play something at least for 15 minutes. At least 15 minutes. So I'll just pop something in. It's like, yeah, okay, I feel good now. I can go to bed. So Outrun 2 is sort of like one of those games like that for me. I really like the first Hot Shots golf game on the PSP.
Oh, okay.
I haven't played it recently in a little while, but it's just one of these games that I'll pop in like if I'm on vacation. And I'm like, man, I should just bring a game. And I'm like, what should I bring? Oh, I'll just bring Hot Shots golf since it's
play golf for real.
Well, I do play golf for real.
Though. Okay, well, there you go.
I do. It's just sometimes I can't play golf where I'm
going.
Right? So, I love playing golf. I really love playing golf. Contra on the NES I mentioned. Punch Out, or Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Absolutely love. I love playing that game. It's no challenge except for Mr. Dreamer Mike Tyson though. You get to the end and those are the only two guys that kick your ass. Dr. Mario on the NES is another one I absolutely love playing. It's just like I can play that. It's another one you can I go to the top and just like go to level 20 and just boom, let's do it. Grandia and Chrono Trigger are my two RPGs that are sort of like my comfort. I don't know why. Just Grandia, I know it's not your cup of tea, but
yeah, I've tried. I like
the battle system a lot. It's catchy for me. So
I got to that.
Chrono Trigger is just to me.
It's Chrono Trigger.
It's almost everyone's comfort RPG.
Yeah,
probably.
I know some people don't like it, but personally, I really, really like it. And the last one is a really strange one that it's NBA 2K1 specifically on the Dreamcast. This is a game that I played with my best friend. We got Dreamcast and we were just like, we were trying to figure out this basketball game. It was just so frustrating. We were getting destroyed like 80-30. We just couldn't figure it out. And then we started like slowly figuring out how to like manipulate the computer to how to push them out of bounds. They would back down and you could like keep trying to do like a block and it would just instantly push them. Like there was like a weird glitch that just pushed them out of bounds, and we figured out how to double team really well and steal a ball perfectly. And we figured out all these sort of tricks to the point where we were defeating teams like 180 to like 8. and we still find it fun. That's the sad thing.
Well, you get
we're just like, how many more?
Gotta get them to zero. Gotta get them to zero.
Yeah, which is almost impossible in a basketball game, right?
Right.
I think the best score we had was like 180 to 8. Like we're like single digits. If they get like 10 points, we're just like, God, we get like really mad. Like if they get 25 points, we're like fuming. We could score like 300 points. They could get 25. We're just like, they got 25 points.
Sons of bitches.
Terrible defense we're playing. I've got a screenshot actually on my phone. I was going through my phone the other day, and sometimes I play the game still by myself still. And when my friend came up to Korea, we played it, and we had such a blast playing it again. And I took a screenshot, and I didn't realize like a few years ago I played the game through a season, and I had beaten the final team. I forget who I beat, but it was 191 to like 50 or something stupid. Like it wasn't even. It's laughable. And the best part is
defense.
There was literally. I took a picture because I was like, I'm gonna win the game, and there was 0.2 seconds left on the clock. And there's a glitch that gives you 0.4 seconds. It always goes up to 0.4. There's this glitch. And it was 188, and I actually scored. I scored a 3-pointer with the 0.4 second to get to 191. I was just like, yes! I was so happy. So no one in the world probably plays NBA 2K1 still for the Dreamcast, but for some reason it's a huge comfort game for me and my friends. So sometimes we still talk about it and laugh about it. So that's it. I just wanted to get them off my chest. So that's them. So back to you, Taylor.
No, all right. Actually, two of them I would say that come to mind are Mega Man's 3 and 4. And I know a lot of people love 2.
I like 3 a lot though too. I like 3.
Yeah, it's usually 2 and 3.
Pretty damn close in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I think the only thing about 3 that I don't like is something about the Robot Masters just don't click with me.
You don't like Hard Man?
Well, I think something about Mega Man 2's
Shadow Man.
When I look at the actual build of characters, like I love the color schemes, I love the character designs. I like a lot of the 3 character designs, but some of them I'm just kind of like, something about the color schemes of some of them. I'm just kind of like, eh. Something about 3.
You don't like Snake Man?
I love Snake Man. I like Spark Man. I like Shadow Man.
Needleman.
Needleman's okay, but I don't like Hard Man. Don't really like Gemini Man that much.
Top Man.
I like Gemini Man's stage. I love Top Man's music. I hate his stage and I hate him. So, his stage isn't hard. I just don't like it.
It's a boring stage. It's a boring stage. Stupid cats. But yeah, no, I look at there's cats on it. No,
it makes no sense.
It's just there's cats and there's a ball and stupid mice, fleas. I think the kind of little.
There's those stupid like nut and bolt things that come together.
Yeah, well they do in a different few other stages.
But in that particular stage,
no, I love 3. The 3 the last time I sat down and played it, I did it for a stream, so it was a while ago. But I will kind of
it's a long game too. I think it might be the longest classic series game because you have to fight the robot masters from 2 again. And you have to go through those extra Wily stages. It's pretty long.
It's but it's so easy. For me, it's really easy.
It's not hard.
It is an incredibly easy game.
The slide nerfs so much of that game.
Right. Last time I played it for the stream, a long time ago, and I have played it since. But for that stream in particular, I think I ended up with I want to say I had close to 20 lives or something. They were dropping like raindrops there. Just kind of like, okay, thank you, and just crushed. I crushed that game, and I love 4. I like 4. I like the music for 4. 4 it feels somber. In a way, I don't know. To me, I get a somber vibe.
Okay.
Like Dustman stage.
I like Dustman stage.
I love the music.
Good music's good.
It's just really. I like Cossack's stages and.
Skullman, I like.
Skullman's pretty cool. Like, I like Cossack's stages and then getting into Wily stuff. I liked how you could. There is the 2 secret items you can get: the wire and the balloon. That you had to fall through. Dive Man. Dive Man's kind of like Hard Man.
Dive Man's a bit weird, and then Pharaoh Man we have to jump across,
right.
Which is a bit of a tough jump actually.
You just use the coil if you really are hesitant about the jump, but then from so much practice of doing that at Gemini Man stage before falling down, so it's just kind of like haha. That's how I found it. Was just because playing it as a kid, and I always did that with Gemini Man stage because it was always just a big fuck you to Breakman because it's like fuck you, I'm not going down there because he's got that the thing and it blows up and stuff, and I did that and I ran over and then it's like boom, I'm like what the hell is this? Yeah, and then you just run in and then it's like here's I think it's balloon you get from that and you get wire from
Dive Man,
yeah. And I don't know. I really like 4, and they introduced the Mega Charger, the Charger,
Mega Buster.
Mega Buster, yeah. Except for Ringman. It's outside of outside of that.
Stage blows too.
Yeah. So the 3 and 4 from Mega Man. This might sound like a weird game for a comfort game, but Snake Eater, Metal Gear Solid 3. Fucking that's just the Bond motif and just kind of. It's just fun to go through it and just blow things away, or just completely.
Not that one.
I like Peace Walker. Peace Walker's a little different because it's set up in a way that it's episodic. So there's like the very short kind of bam, 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 and they're a little bit longer than that. And you'll have the cutscenes and stuff, but Snake Eater. It's that Bond motif that really does it for me, and it's just it's short enough that you can just blitz through it really, really quickly once you kind of get used to it and stuff. And I originally had played a demo of it that had the Virtuous Mission, which is the first kind of part of the game, and I was just like, oh, this is great. And then I didn't play the whole game until a bit later, but I was just like, yeah, this is it. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Yeah. So. I don't know. I just the music of it. I don't like 2 very much. I know some people.
Actually, most people didn't like.
Don't
2,
like 2. There are some people who really kind of champion 2, or some people do like the Raiden character. I don't mind Raiden, but I just don't like 2 because it's so confined, and the camera a lot of things work against you in that game, and I understand it because you're kind of in the future and you have all the technology and stuff. So it's kind of, I understand that, I get that, but in the same hand, it's just kind of like, I don't want to be on the big show. I don't want to be here. That's how I felt. I do not want to be here playing this game. And part of it's the, oh, I loved Snake from the Metal Gear Solid 1, and now I'm going to get him for an hour, if, going through it.
Surprise.
And then here's Raiden. Great.
They did incredible marketing with that, though, hey, to keep that secret. Because every single screenshot for that game showed Snake.
Right.
And it never hinted at anything was going to be anything different than being Snake in the game. Mm-hmm. But I think so many of us didn't realize, like, all the Snake shots were him only on that tanker. I think some people were just like Snake. I think they might have
put in some where... Because they had
they had screenshots of other fighting characters and stuff.
Well, no, they had him fighting Fortune at one point.
Really?
The chick with the... Yeah, they had that. So
yeah.
There's a big fuck you.
Just to sort of confuse you.
Right. And you're just like, I don't hate 2, but the thing is that the 2 has some really shitty boss fights, which is kind of like the Fat Man. That fight's stupid. It's like, I'm gonna plant some C4. Now you gotta spray it instead of trying to hit me. Fuck you. I hate that. Oh, I hate that fight so much. I nearly fucking threw my Vita playing through it earlier this week. But, oh no, like 3. Play it, you son of a bitch.
I'll get that Legacy collection eventually. It's a little pricey. 60. It's not unreasonable price, but I just don't have $60 to just throw into it.
Drop it, right.
If it goes down to like 40, which would be amazing price actually for all those games, I would buy.
Yeah, so
I want to play 1 again, actually. I really want to play 1 again.
Just because it would be like the PlayStation version, right? It won't be the...
I think it's just a PlayStation version. But that's fine. I don't care about that.
Well, no, Twin Snake sucks.
Oh, I don't. I just want to play the first game. I just want to get the story again and sort of revisit that.
Go back through it and stuff.
I've never really played 2. I think I've played like 20 minute of 2. So
okay.
So maybe I'd probably play through all of them eventually.
Another one is Thunder Force. If you guys...
Which one?
Thunder Force 5.
That's what I'm looking for tomorrow, actually. If we can find 5, I will buy 5.
I got it on my Vita right now, and I'll sit down and just kind of play through.
5 looks so good. I've played 3, and I really like 4.
Okay, yeah.
3 and 4. 2 is not so good. 2 is kind of shit. 5 looks... If I find 5 tomorrow, if it's reasonably priced, I will buy 5.
It's fun. It's fun. I enjoy 5.
I have to get it for the Saturn, but...
Okay,
yeah. Right. Saturn's a workhorse. Saturn's a much more powerful system in a lot of ways than the PlayStation, but...
I just had it on the PlayStation.
I'm sure it's exactly identical.
Yeah, I don't know if there's much of a difference.
No, I don't think there is.
Just growing up, that's how I got introduced to it. We randomly got I don't even know where we got it. We got it, Thunder Force 5, and it fucking destroyed us. We as kids were just like, what the
Working Designs put that out in North America too. Yeah, I think they did. Because they used to bring a lot of shooters, not only RPGs. Shooters and RPGs were the 2 things they brought lots out of back in the day. Pretty sure they did that one. They did Ray Crisis as well. I think I own the Ray Crisis, and there's another one. I think I own Ray Crisis. I can't think of what the other one's called. It's not that good. It's an okay shooter. It's no Thunder Force, that's for sure.
No, okay.
Thunder Force is the shit.
Is pretty sweet.
It's too bad that ended in 5.
Yeah.
R-Type, man. I think you'd like R-Type too.
I probably would. R-Type. I like Darius and
you probably like R-Type.
But just a couple others. Blaster Master, I just love that game.
Yeah.
It's a great game, wonderful game. My grandmother had this game, kind of thing. And I remember because she had that game and Castlevania 1.
I remember that story. Yeah.
And so I would sometimes like come downstairs and it would like freak me out because it's pitch black in the basement. I'm just like, ugh.
And then the brain.
Yeah, the brain. Yeah, I would always, as a kid, imagine that the brain from the first boss of Blaster Master was down there. And I'd always,
floating brain.
Yeah, it's just floating
tentacles
and stuff. And it always would like spook me, but then I kind of get the courage to be like, okay. Light! Okay! Got the, kind of thing. Light, and then everything's safe. So, like Blaster Master, not Castlevania 1, but another one is 2, of course. I know that sounds stupid because everybody hates 2, but I love 2. Yeah, so I like Simon's Quest. And 3. 2 and 3. Oh, it's brutal. It's hard.
They're all brutal.
Well, not Simon's Quest is more of a battle of attrition, but
yeah.
So, yeah, those are probably good to kind of cut it with there. Any others you want to add there?
Yeah, I have a couple. Obviously, you can tell I haven't played any of the games that you mentioned.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I think the only Mega Man game I really got into was X.
X is a great comfort game, actually. X is just really fun.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And it's not stupid like some of the later ones.
Yeah.
It'd be really hard.
It's got a nice balance of ease and pickup of replayability.
So I have a couple more. One is actually an MMO called EverQuest. EverQuest.
Yeah.
That game, wow. Because I started, I was online quite early. I don't know, I was like at the beginning of GameFAQs, so like 1998 maybe.
5 or something. GameFAQs might be before that. It's 95,
it was
96
very early.
Maybe, yeah.
I was very young, so like 11 or 12. But EverQuest, like if, because back then we didn't have, maybe there's like chat clients, but it was the first time you were in like a game world with a bunch of random people, and the first time in like really, a vast 3D world. So it was an absolutely incredible experience because you didn't really understand what the point of the game was.
So you just kind
of like nowadays you have like, I don't know if you understand like MMO mechanics where you have a tank and you have a damage dealer and you have an aggro system. Right. Yeah. Back then they had no idea what they were doing. So you just group up in parties and you'd figure out, and then all the terms that people take for granted in WoW, for instance, they all came from EverQuest basically. So for me that game, like I would say almost every one of my high school friends was playing that game. And we were all on the same server, probably 20 people at least.
Jesus.
Even friends like that, they were more like acquaintances. Like friends of friends, they were playing too. So we all had each other on friends lists, and it was massive. And it was just, I think I quit that game 5 or 6 times. And most recently played it in college with Rob, our friend. So
one of our friends.
That game was wow.
Evercrack.
And when I played WoW, I kind of cried inside. It was the first game that I could tell where like games were changing and where they were starting to hold your hand. Because back in the EverQuest days, like the quests were kind of secret. You'd had to kind of go around and discover from NPC to figure out how to solve the quest. And WoW, it's like there's an exclamation point above him. You go to him. Okay, everything's like, here it is on your map. Now just click on the map and you start walking. It's like great. That's great.
It's unfortunate in one hand, but I understand what people don't want to spend that time.
And I'm not gonna say like EverQuest was the epitome of game design. It was great. There was a lot of bad decisions too, but like something about that era was there was a lot of mystery, especially with what they call the epic quests, where they would release them and maybe 2 months later someone would get the epic weapon. They'd finally figure out the quest, and just at that moment when you see them walking around with that sword, you're like, whoa. It was this huge mystery. It wasn't solved in like WoW like max level in a day or whatever. There was things had meaning for the hard work you put in. So that one was a big one. Harvest Moon.
You really like
Super NES.
I really love Harvest Moon. Super Nintendo, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, also the PlayStation one as well, but the Super Nintendo one especially.
I've only played the Game Boy Color one.
Really?
It's okay.
I didn't know there was a Game Boy Color one.
Yeah, I think there were 3 on the Game Boy Color, actually.
Well, damn.
And a handful on the GBA.
Okay. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I've only got the first one on the Game Boy Color.
Wow.
It's a pretty broad series, actually.
Yeah,
surprisingly.
It's great.
N64 had one.
Yeah, I really liked the N64 one. PlayStation, PS2.
PS2 had a couple.
There was on PSP as well. That's decent.
Yeah, DS.
Pretty much every system.
Just about. I think. Actually, Xbox maybe didn't have.
No, probably not.
GameCube had.
Yeah,
GameCube had that one that was on the PS2 as well.
Yeah. It was Back to Nature.
So the one with the dog on the cover, the boy and the dog.
Save the Homeland.
Maybe Save the Homeland.
Yeah. I don't think that one was very good. But yeah.
There's so many of them. Like, I like them, but if you play one, you're just kind of like, okay, I get the gist of this.
Yeah,
there's a few.
I come back to it. I'm in the mood for it, and then I'll come back to it, and it's a fun game.
Yeah, they're pretty fun actually. Surprisingly fun. You'd kind of think like, oh, cut and hay, this is going to be a crap game, and then you're like, oh, this is. You see like the changes of your farm, and you see things changing and moving and almost like breathing world that you that's not actually ever changing, but it's just like I don't know. It's a fun game.
Yeah, and I played it back in the Super Nintendo era when it just came out. So it's kind of like again, it was like EverQuest was like defining a genre. So you're like, what is this game? Like, why is it fun? Nowadays, like simulation like that is a genre, but back then you just kind of like playing it and like.
There's got to be one on a 3DS or something. There must be.
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there's. Harvest Moon games just keep getting pumped out.
Didn't one come out recently or something?
Could have. I don't know. I don't follow the series very
at least in the state. I thought one just did in June or something, just recently.
Okay.
Could be wrong. I could be thinking of something else. I've never played Harvest Moon, so.
They're decently fun.
They're fun games.
They're alright.
And last one is a music game, actually.
Oh.
Poppin' Music. I love music games. I actually used to own an arcade machine for Poppin' Music.
Wow.
Yeah, that's...
this dude.
Yeah, I love music games.
I don't get
I like DDR.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's stupid because there was three of us when we kind of like first met. We're all kind of sort of around the same level with DDR. And this asshole here, it just like, I don't know what it was. It hit for him and it clicked and it's just kind of like, pew! And then like, a friend and I, we always joked that he was Goku. And
we were time chamber, obviously.
Right, because this asshole just kind of just skyrockets and then leaves us kind of holding ourselves. We were Krillin and fucking Tien or Yamcha or that fuck. I'm probably the Yamcha of the group here.
You're probably Chaozu or whatever.
Chaozu. Self-detonate. Fuck it, I can't do anything else.
Pretty much.
Oolong and Quar.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It was funny because I really sucked at DDR when I first started.
Oh, yeah.
I was really bad.
Yeah, you remember
and,
just saying.
I didn't like it at first. And then the second time I tried it, which was several months later at a party, I still sucked at it. And for some reason, that really pissed me off. Like, I wanted to become good at it. I had no sense of rhythm. But I just played and I played and I played. And I'm like, I'm going to get good at this.
Stupidly good at it.
Yeah.
Especially Poppin'.
Poppin' I played a lot. That's a game that has a really good variety of music. I think the other ones are very, very techno-based.
I've played a little bit of pop and not too much. I'm not very good at rhythm games for the most part, so... I like watching people play them because it's very impressive.
Yeah, it's fun.
What's that one with there's like that cube one?
U-Beat.
Yeah, I've tried that one. I've tried a few. I'm just not very good at that.
I think out of all of them, Poppin' is the most varied.
Okay.
Because the songs are divided into genres. So and they try new genres every time. They're like, well, let's try like country techno, and sometimes they work, and sometimes they're fucking genius. And there's really good songs, especially as the mix is like I think it's up to 21 now.
Is it? I thought it was a little. Is it at 21?
Yeah, I think it's 21.
Okay.
Yeah, and nowadays it's getting much better, the music quality, and it's just at least coming from like DDR where the music's really like streamlined.
Yeah.
For Poppin' they can be a little bit more experimental.
And there's a lot of really good music on there. Really. I like Poppin'.
I don't play it as much as I used to, but.
They really are just insane.
Yeah, but I'll be honest, like probably a quarter of the friends I have on Facebook were from DDR and Poppin'. So that for me that was a huge game in like building friendships and probably more than any other game has done. So that's
I'll definitely do it.
Yeah, that was a big one for me.
Yeah. Whew.
Nice.
Oh, it's late.
Yes, it is.
How late?
2:40.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's pretty late here, so I guess we're going to go to bed.
Yeah, I think we better forego a game this time and whatnot.
So, you know what the game is? The game is that you buy this and you try to eat the whole bag without wanting to just, like, die a little on the inside.
Well, you will if you eat the whole bag, so...
That's the goal. So
you'll be wanting to stay alive.
So yeah. So if you guys have any comfort games of your own, definitely comment box down below. Let us know. So that little box down below. That is, definitely let us know and whatnot. Because I mean, yeah. Really snap quick ones. Got RPG and rhythm games. I'm kind of all over the map.
Everyone's gonna have different different tastes for sure. And
right.
Comfort games are so weird too.
Well, I mean,
right?
it's just your personal thing. It's kind of like games you like, but it's these kind of little. There's some nuance to it that you're just like, oh, I really like this.
Right.
So.
It's more than just that, right? It's like, okay, I like this game, but it's more like, oh, almost like I need this game in my life a little bit. It keeps me grounded almost. Right. Keeps me sane. So, like, when you're the grind of life, sometimes you're just like, I need that release, and those are the things you go to, and you're just like, those always provide that perfect release for yourself, and you're just like, I feel I'm good now. I'm okay again.
Right.
I'm back to the real world.
So that's it. Thanks for listening or watching. Hopefully, you can try the snacks. Very good, and have a good day.